Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Arcanautus Ascent. We are here with our lovely, lovely players.
What's up?
Lovely is an overstatement.
I mean, I like to be optimistic.
Players.
You are definitely players. Is everybody in the Roll20 right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, my friends. Hop over to the screen, the page, titled The Whirlpool, if you don't mind. It should be pretty much just a black screen right now.
1 second.
Or here, I'll reveal your...
The Astrios is at 15 health.
You guys had a sleep, I thought.
Yeah, we rested and it's.
Oh, he's talking about okay, never mind.
HP.
Max HP, yeah.
How do we?
It's no
switch our page?
There's next to the zoom bar on the right side of the main screen. There's a little thing that says page toolbar. It's a little blue drop down tab. Do you see it?
What are you talking about?
Okay, so you're on Roll20, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're on the screen. You see the map, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the upper right corner of the map. There should be a blue little page.
The blue little
I don't
page.
see it.
I don't see it.
I think that's you only. Oh, you have to move us. You have to move the whole group. Right? You see where it's like a marker?
Uh-oh.
Like
Oh, ha ha ha. I didn't know that was a thing. Thank you for telling me. I would have not known that. Can you guys now see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I see darkness.
And
zoom out.
Top left. Top
No,
left.
I'm pretty sure it's intentional. It's black.
No,
and then I
look,
see.
zoom out.
Top left will see us.
No, it's black. You didn't let me finish. It's black, and then we're in the middle in a small.
That is
square.
100% correct. Okay.
Okay.
If you were only seeing darkness, that would have been a problem.
I'm blind.
Sorry. Anywho, welcome, y'all. So last time on our little adventure, let me pull up our recap here. We are your group, your lovely group here. We're going to investigate the area around the waters surrounding the area where the Blue Scuttler exploded. The Blue Scuttler being the ship that was carrying this poisonous chaos rot substance that the biologist Zebek had told you about after you investigated it a little. And it attempted to leave port. It blew up, and Zen saw a big fin leaving the site of the explosion. You all went out with Deborah, your adventuring companion / intern from the Coastline Health Conflux. And you all voted her temporary captain non-unanimously, and you headed out. The ship was assailed by a sort of glowing yellow eye, mechanical metal mouth, huge ass fucking shark. Like, just ridiculously large.
Massive.
You dead ass.
Yeah. You were able to seemingly injure the creature to the point that it most likely would not survive, given as Shylvie discovered, being knocked out instantly when stepping in it to investigate, the very poisonous water that now permeates the area. You had severely injured the creature, which was bleeding a seemingly mixture of the regular red and also like bluish blood.
So it's purple.
As well as, it was kind of purple. Seeing that whenever this chaos rot hit anything or in the water that made contact with it, and Shylvie, your foot, after you took your long rest, eventually recovered. Eventually recovered. But it felt like, and slightly appeared to be like staticky, like a TV screen, a little bit. Like it's like the cohesion of the reality around your affected area was affected, and you were poisoned for that period of time, the status condition. And so, under that theory, the Sky Knights who assisted you, Leon's superior Gabriel mentioned that most likely the creature, if it was not immune to the poison, had succumbed to it after you grievously injured it, severing its fin, which the Sky Knights, upon your investigating the situation and, asking about rewards, pointed you towards the Coastline Health Complex, where Zebek, now in much better spirits, having a research sample to actually go off of for his study in the chaos rot substance, being the dorsal fin of the humongous ass shark, showered you all with gold and potions and all that stuff. Y'all returned, updated each other on what was going on in that regard, told Crasher Wave about his ship, paperwork was filed, and you all turned in for the night to various levels of dream, some more pleasant than others. You all awaken the next morning at the waves crash. You all wake up, stretch for the morning. Shylvie, you feel a little bit better than you did yesterday. Your foot is still a little numb, but definitely feels more like it's, not trying to escape or dissipate into the air anymore. If I recall correctly, I mentioned today as well that the shipment may potentially come in today. Was that right, Zen? Do you remember?
Did I say that?
I did say it was today.
Some ships came in, and
yes,
in particular, Deborah said that the one that we were peeking at looked like was money.
Yes.
She did the finger things like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She, in fact, did give you those finger things indicating that, it was probably the one you were looking for. So that ship is theoretically, based off what Deborah implied, currently in port. You all have a little bit of freedom for the first half of the day, though the second half will be contributed to the fighting matches that were set up as you all return to the... Sorry?
No, well, I was adding on that he said it's a fundraiser, like.
Oh yeah, he takes donations and contributes them towards injured dock workers and stuff like that.
Wasn't he nice?
He Crasher Wave is a cool dude. He made enough money from his wrestling career that he is living comfortably and giving back to the community.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, he lives a blessed life. Anyways. So, this man's... He sees you all as your group consolidates in the morning, and he greets you all with a hearty hello. Hey, everybody! Good to see you all from your adventures yesterday. I was wondering, y'all ready for tonight? He seems excited.
As ready as ever be. Let's make this fun.
Indeed. I don't have a whole tournament's worth of folks to go through, but we got three fighters who decided they're always pretty much available, so they figured they'd hop in for some matches. So I'll get a couple spectators, get some fundraising going. All the tickets I sell to watch pretty much go to help some injured folks out, that type of thing. But betting pools still do happen on the side, so I'm not going to be involved with that personally, but feel free to place your bets with anybody who seems interested. Someone may start brokering, but I don't manage that. Try to keep myself above board for my, if I don't know about it, I don't worry that much about this in particular. Long as people aren't throwing fights and that sort of thing, and he kind of taps the side of his head. I got a good eye and a good mind for that sort of thing, so nobody really gets away with it in my ring. By the way, folks, sorry for interrupting, just when you're ready, come round little after sundown, about like 30 minutes after sundown. We're gonna be in the basement of the place next door. Password is gonna be it's time to crash. When the person at the door asks you whatever question they ask you, regardless of what question it is.
Where's the bathroom? It's time to crash.
That's right. Literally, yeah, they've done that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right, sounds good, man. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see you tonight.
Indeed,
Stay
indeed.
safe.
Sorry?
I said stay safe.
Will do, you too. Try to avoid the docks if possible. Oh, don't want to get any more troublesome issues coming on. I saw the Skynates are actually starting to investigate things a little bit more. Saw a lot more flying around than yesterday after you towed in my ship and they saw the damage. They weren't taking any risks. I saw the captain's not on his perch this morning, actually. That's that means this is serious business.
Yeah, I'm getting more ships than usual.
Yes, Leon, in particular, you know that if the captain is not, like, currently on his perch, that means he's currently looking for something, and if the captain is looking for something, it means the captain's concerned about something, which is never a good sign.
Yeah.
Side note, I never told you the captain's name. It's...
Nope.
He is Knight Captain Cassian Pulgris, and his wyvern's name is Goton. Leon, you would know this.
What is it called? What is it again?
It was Knight Captain Cassian Pulgris, and his wyvern's name is Goton.
How do you spell?
Cassian, and then last name is Polgris. Cassian Pulgris. And his wyvern's name is Goton. You haven't had many interactions with him. There was just one ceremony to get you initiated into the order. But you don't directly interact with him. You mostly just deal with Gabriel. As far as, like, missions and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you guys have your password to access the fighting ring tonight. You have a tip about a weapons ship that has come in. As you all have just come into a little bit of gold, that might be interesting to do. If any of you have any, perhaps, questions or research, or if you want to check in with Zebek, that is another option. You do not see Deborah in the bar, so you could inquire to Deborah as well. So you have a couple different paths you can take right now. I'll let the party decide where you guys want to go. Go on, talk amongst yourselves.
Wait, first of all, is it okay to split up, like, out of game?
I can do up to 2 groups. I have trouble, as long as you guys promise you'll reconvene and you won't get into, like, some real shit. Or actually, you know what? Never mind. You can feel free to get into some real shit. But, maximum of 2 groups, I have trouble keeping track. Just because I have trouble paying attention or keeping track of
Makes sense.
that sort of thing. So be careful about it and be mindful of it, but you can feel free to do it if need be.
As a
I'd
note
like
for, like, DMing, just take notes if something.
Oh yeah, I've got the Word doc open right now. I'm not even looking at Roll. I'm not even looking at Roll20.
I can't even do that to myself, dude.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. I'm good at making shit up. I'm not good at remembering things. Sorry. So anyways, I think, was Shylvie about to speak up?
Yeah, sorry.
Or...
I think that was me.
Nothing anymore since, everything's been gone through.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Say that again?
The thing that I was planning on doing was involved characters that were mentioned a while ago, and it's not really something super major.
Characters that were mentioned... I'm trying to...
During the Crasher Wave thing, she basically wanted to indicate that something is slightly wrong with her foot.
Oh, that thing from last time.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. I will say, would this be a flashback to you pointing it out yesterday?
No, specifically pointing out the fact that her foot is moving in and out of existence.
I will say, the effect is not so dramatic. It's just, you know how when, like, things are out of focus? It looked a little like that. It is very, unsettling, though. Not as much anymore though. It's sort of faded. Like if we're talking like if it was like a 8 out of 10 yesterday, it's like a 2 out of 10 today. Do you know what I mean? The effect.
She's going to slide back into her amorphous blob form, and then come up with the thing somewhere in the middle of her body instead of at her foot.
Wait, are you doing this in public or in the morning before you come down?
In the morning before I come down.
Okay, cool. So you have this sort of fuzziness
Fuzzy
in your
feeling in the
chest.
chest.
Oh, you're in love.
Keeping it in the center of your form is strange. It being so centered on you, it feels like it's pushing a little bit more from the center. It being in the center and hidden, it feels strange to keep it inside, like, because it feels like it wants to get out, if I was to describe the feeling. But again, it's like a 2 out of 10 as far as intensity. So you are no longer poisoned, and yeah, because that was yesterday that happened. And you took a long rest.
Shylvie's in love. Got a tightness in the chest.
Oh God. Anywho, so Shylvie, that is your note. So I was looking for any particular desires. I've offered the paths of you can check in with Zebek, Deborah, see if Crash or Wave needs anything, or check on the weapon shipment, or if you have any ideas for things you want to do around town.
I want to snag Deb and then head to the shipment.
Deb and then to the shipment. Okay, that's what Zen is suggesting.
I'm probably just gonna go with them just to check on Deb and then go to shipment also, because I want to go to the docks at least, not shipment.
Yeah.
Maybe shipment, but mostly docks.
Yeah. You're technically on patrol anyway, so it makes sense for you to be keeping an eye on that area.
Yeah.
I will say Leon is technically always on patrol, air quotes, but he's he doesn't have any particular responsibilities unless somebody tells him to do something. Yet.
He's slacking on the job.
When I'm legit on patrol, you guys won't even see me. Probably just be in the air.
Yeah, that's the thing. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Of course, at your current skill level, that's only for like certain periods of time. Otherwise, you're either in the tower, like doing various chores or like work that needs to be done, or filing paperwork, or doing foot patrols when needed.
Okay, let's continue other people.
Yeah. Siegfried, did you have any input as to what you'd like to do?
Probably just gonna go with everyone else.
All right. It sounds like most of us want to head to check on Deborah and then grab the weapon shipments. Shylvie, are you of the same mind?
Yep.
All right. You all head down to the, I assume, the Coastline Health Complex in order to look for your intern friend, Deborah. You notice that the crazy, like the tarps and the sort of impromptu operation table that they set up yesterday has mostly been cleaned up. The floor is clean, to say the least, and you see a janitor sleeping in a bucket in the corner, like passed out cold. It appears he'd been mopping up pretty much all night.
Is he breathing?
Sorry?
Is he breathing?
You can feel free to check, but you do. I would say you do hear a bit of a snore, and a snurfle coming from him. You see he's got very thick leather boots, like some heavy duty cleaning gear on.
Cut loose.
The soles of his shoes are a little bit fuzzy, but that's it.
Alright.
Yeah. So there's actually another secretary on right now. You think another secretary at first, and then you realize, oh wait, this is one of the scientists from yesterday. And they're asleep at the desk.
Lord.
As they have their head down in their arms, and you see them just kind of laying there with their head down as well. You hear sorry?
At least this one doesn't hate me.
You hear various, the squeaking of, wheels and the tapping of glasses together and the various sounds of work being done in the labs in the back of the complex.
Okay. And just a question, why do they hate you?
Because he pushed Deb in the water.
Oh,
Yeah,
I wasn't there.
they don't like their interns getting
I
bullied.
missed a lot.
He was flirting.
Of
It
course,
was
that's what it
good.
was.
Good flirtation.
Oh,
He got embarrassed. All right, so do we see Deb anywhere? Is she sleeping like
you kind of
in the trash
investigate
can?
around. You check Zabek's office first because that's usually where you find her. And Zabek is actually still in the same gear he was in yesterday. Like, he has the stone still floating around his head. And he's working at his desk on a small what appears to be a small sample of the shark fin from yesterday. The giant lizard Dorothy is in her cage in the corner of the room. It's a relatively spacious cage, but she's also a lizard. They don't move a lot. And she is waiting patiently to be let out, looking at Zabek, and Zabek is every so often glancing at her and like just giving her a little sad nod and getting back to work. The stone slowly floating around his head as he works.
Damn, this poor animal.
I think he's doing fine. It's fine.
So Deb's not in this room?
She does not appear to be in the room when you enter. Are you going to grab Zabek's attention away from his work?
That'd be probably a bad idea in general.
And
Bad idea.
I'll knock on the door frame.
He turns around and you guys all see he's got bags under his eyes. It looks like he literally has not stopped working all night. Hey guys. Hi. Oh god. One sec. And he goes ahead and puts a sort of like a bowl, a metal half sphere over the sample that he was working on, and takes the bead off and puts it down, goes and washes his hands at a wash bin, and then comes over to you all while drying his hands off, and it's just like, how have you all been? We've been busy, very busy.
You can see that.
Yeah, I mean, we made some good progress. We haven't had a active sample of chaos rot in years. Many years.
I want to take a small break.
No, I was just... Oh, gosh.
Yes, please take a small break. I care for your safety.
Oh, you're right. He looks at his
where's
hand.
Deb?
Sorry?
Where's Deb? Before you fall asleep, where's Deb?
I think she said something about friends from out of town or something.
Friends from the other side. Oh no.
Friends from out of town. No, out of town. I said other side. You goofy boy. No. She's I'm not sure where she is. She left a little early yesterday. She obviously came in with you lot, and I figured she'd be tired from the battle and all that, so I just let her go home early. She has a house in the a little ways into the residential district, a little further to the south side of town. It's right next to the apothecary. If you head over that way, it's a bit of a walk though, so I mean, if you need her, it's a nice walk, but it's bit of a ways.
Okay.
But hey, guys, I again can't thank you enough for that sample. We ended up discovering that So obviously the samples were significantly diluted from being absorbed through the creature's skin, but the samples were very pure. Like, they were diluted, but not as diluted as they should have been if it was just from a spill, like, that was cleaned up.
Okay.
I get the feeling there was an active sample still on the vessel somewhere, which is very bad, because while the ocean floor is magical as all heck is the scientific term and tends to absorb and incorporate things, it does tend to absorb and incorporate things, so we may start seeing some more aggressive, or maybe not necessarily aggressive, but very chaotic fauna and flora begin to pop up from the ocean. So
Oh no.
yeah,
the giant
there
gulls.
may be some more conservation efforts that we need assistance with in the future. So just keep your ears peeled. We'll post things in the local taverns if we have any immediate, bounties on any various nasties that pop up that the Sky Knights aren't keen to deal with, because they're not, a giant sea monster or something.
Okay.
Just keep your eyes peeled for little notices, and I'll keep you all up to date on any new leads I get.
Yes, please.
Stay out of the water, though. Hey, side note, I'm trying to get the word around. I don't know if it's reached the whole town yet, but yeah,
I'm
try
gonna
to
have
stay out of
cancel
the.
my beach party. Damn.
I know. I'm sorry.
Beach parties.
As a
Everyone
reminder, there aren't really beaches on this side of the island
Wait.
so much. It's mostly rocky cliffs, or
Oh,
like
no.
it's mostly rocky shores on this end. The sandy beaches are all on the other half, except near the corners where it's just rocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you guys want to look for Deb, or do you want to just head to the shipment? I don't know if she'll be much help either way. I just thought she might want to go with us.
Who's up to looking for Deborah, and who's up to looking just to go to the docks?
I don't care either way.
As a side note, you guys did see a rather large ship in port.
If we wait, we probably will miss the good stuff. So why don't we just go?
Yeah, it's still early enough in the morning, but sailors. So
wanna
they've been
use my hotel.
offloading some crates of various sorts and loading them into carts. So
Yeah, I
you're
definitely
right
need-
there. So now would be the time.
All right, let's head to the shipment.
Yeah,
Let's
same
find
here.
some
I
cool
definitely
stuff.
agree with that.
Y'all head over to the ship indicated on the ticket that Zen has. And one of the there are several sailors unloading various packages of sorts. You see a cleric of one of the local. I didn't think of the crud. That's right. There's a completely different pantheon.
Damn it! I was really hoping it would be.
I forgot
what
there
was
was
his name?
completely different pantheon. Okay, sorry. One of the gods of the sea. One of their clerics is currently also like making their rounds through the ships, and you actually see this robed figure bearing the holy symbol of their deity, clutching it and sort of tapping the crates. And sort of you see like a gentle glow envelop the crates top to bottom and then disperse as they are being unloaded.
Sounds
And
good.
so this cleric sees you and sort of nods their head pleasantly, and then does an upward nod, hey you, towards a gruff, massive bearded human fellow with what appears to be a hook hand. And he sort of raises the hook hand and waves and sort of makes his way down towards you all. As you see him walking down the boards of the ship, peg leg. And he approaches you all, this human fellow with the massive beard, this massive curly beard that's like 1.5 feet long, but like kept into a roughly cylindrical shape. It's really a sight to see.
Impressive.
And he's got these piercing blue eyes that look across you all as he says, "Well, it's good to meet you all. What can I do you for?"
I guess
So
I pull
y'all
out my
gawking my
ticket.
ship? Say again?
I guess I pull out my ticket.
Ah, there we go. First come, first serve, patron. Give me that here. He goes ahead and swipes it from you, and it just looks it over, holds it up to the morning sun to look through it. Yep, that'll do. Alrighty. So, what are you boys looking for? I got myself some. We got swords, we got axes, we got maces, we got all kinds of good stuff. We're resupplying the local military, and we happen to have some spare materials. We're not currently at war or anything, currently, but yeah, who knows with how things are going. But it's alright if some of these supplies go elsewhere. You looking for anything in particular?
Do they have any animals?
I deal in steel, my friend. Unless there's a animal made of metal, I'm not shipping it. I don't like to deal with the feces, you see.
You're
The
not
crew
wrong.
don't like it neither. Steel doesn't shit.
It does rust, but I'm looking for the best blades you got, or any weapon really.
Best blades, you say? Huh.
I'm also interested in armor, but mostly blades.
I got some nice shields. Couple of nice sort of hawk emblazoned sort of beak shields, kind of interesting designs. Not sure who ordered those, but that's not my business. As far as swords, I got a weird one. If you're into weird stuff, it wasn't on my shipping manifest, but I figured I'd just bring it along anyways. How much? Yo, Tracy, and he calls up to the ship, and one of the sort of a skinny, younger looking, boyish sailor, peeks his head up and is like, "Yo, what's up? You mind grabbing my manifest? I need to make some comparison notes, and grab that weird ass sword from my quarters." All right. And the boy heads off and grabs said things. The boy reappears with a book for the captain and a strange scimitar of sorts. A sort of a semi-curved blade that has like a spiraled tip. It only spins around like twice, but it's still a bit of a spiral at the tip. So it has a cutting edge, but then the cutting edge spins up into a sort of spiral. And the blade seems to have little green etchings along the in a circle along the hilt.
Is it
It's got a circular. Sorry.
Is it like a language?
What languages do you speak?
I can speak Common, Celestial, and Dwarvish.
You cannot read this script. What languages do everyone else speak?
I speak Celestial, Common, Dragonic, and Giant.
Okay.
Just common and celestial for me.
None of those.
God, we are all just...
Siegfried, what do you speak? Oh, yeah, that's right.
What do you speak? Oh, yeah.
Gives thumbs up.
Shylvie.
Sorry.
I speak Aquan, Sylvan, and Common.
You can read this.
So it's in Sylvan.
That's hilarious that the one who doesn't talk can read this.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No, that's Shylvie that can read it.
Sorry?
Shylvie's the one that can read it.
Oh, did I mishear?
Yeah. Siegfried speaks Common, Celestial, Draconic, and Giant.
Giant.
Oh, whoops. Okay, sorry, I got your voice. Sorry, guys. So, Shylvie, you said you speak Sylvan? Hello?
Yes.
Your
One
mic
second.
switches
I'm
quality every
gonna
once in a
turn
while.
you up. That I can barely hear you.
I don't recommend it because his mic is gonna end up spiking out of nowhere,
Yeah,
and
it
you're gonna
goes
get
up and
ear rape.
down.
You're coming in from his end.
What?
Like here, as in
There you
the
go.
volume that comes from me is higher on his end.
No, you just got louder just now.
Yeah, no,
Anyways,
your
sorry, you
mic
said you speak
switches.
Sylvan, right?
Yeah.
Very
correct.
cool. You can read this. The words along, they're sort of circular along the, what did I say? Along the guard?
The hilt.
The hilt, yes. Along the hilt of the sword. Or, I guess it would be like the... This is
You
a
don't have
weird
to-
scimitar. It has like a pommel. So it's along like the pommel or the hand guard. You know what I mean? That sort of
Yeah.
thing. But in Sylvan, it reads... To pierce the stars, to bear one's fate, do not wait.
That sounds interesting.
Sounds
Can I,
like
like,
that pierces
examine
what
it?
happens.
Sword to pierce.
You're such a weeb. You're such
Can
a
you
weeb.
say that one more time? I feel like I might have missed something.
To
From
pierce
audio
the
cutout.
stars, to I said bear the weight? Or no, to bear your fate?
I don't think you said fate. You said to pierce the stars.
Pierce the stars to bear your fate.
Don't wait. Some of that.
Yeah, to bear your fate. Do not
You
wait.
don't wait. Do
Do
not
not
wait.
wait. Do not wait.
Yeah.
Can I examine it?
You may.
Okay.
Shylvie, I assume you pass along the description?
Yes, I do.
The captain sort of is looking over the blade as well and hears you say that, and it's just like, that's curious. How's about we say if you want me to part with such a unique piece, 1,000 gold? Yeah, 1,000 sounds good. How's that sound to you?
I look at him with a blank stare and then continue examining the actual weapon.
It's made from what appears to be... At the surface level, it appears to be a standard steel, although you're not exactly sure how such a blade was formed. The curl at the tip, the spiral, is so organically crafted that it doesn't seem like standard smithing methods would be able to create such a shape, at least with such delicacy and consistency, without extensive polishing that would also reduce the I must say a master smith would be... It would take a master smith to produce such a unique shape, although it's almost too perfect, so you get the feeling that it is unnatural in design.
Okay, so it's cool, but it's sketchy. I look him in the face. 50 gold.
Go ahead and roll persuasion. Would that be persuasion or intimidation at that point?
Would it be?
I mean, I wasn't threatening him. I just looked him in the face, still holding it, saying, and I say 50 gold. That's all I say. I'm not trying to threaten him.
Okay.
I'm just,
All right,
Would
persuasion
that be
then, persuasion.
intimidation, though? Like, it could be counted as intimidation by some people.
Please. I got 10.
10, okay. Well,
You
he
for one,
says...
this isn't for one.
all right.
This isn't yours. You found this.
It happened to be in my shipment, unaccounted for, but still present. This does happen, and it is still part of my cargo that I am so graciously parting with. I actually could use, how much gold you got?
50 gold.
Okay, all right. That's not a lot. If you could
I pipe up.
sorry.
I can cover I can also add in 100. You can add 150 to that. I have a little bit more.
I was just about to say, actually, if you could scrounge up 200 gold, I might have a deal for you.
All right. Well, I can add the extra 150.
Wow, huh?
deal.
Mighty gracious of you. What is your current appearance? Shylvie?
Half elf.
Ah, okay.
The female half elf version.
Gotcha. Mighty gracious of you, ma'am. But like I said, if we're gonna be doing such a significant discount, I will need a significant favor in return. Now, I'm not gonna be in port for too long. As far as weapon shipments, we usually, do our business and leave as quickly as possible. But you see this? And he holds up his hook hand.
Yep.
There is this little bastard gnome in this town.
You
Little.
want us to kill someone?
Huh? Sorry?
You want us to kill someone?
No, nothing so crude or, overt, I should perhaps specify. No. This little son of a bitch, said that this was his only available, prosthetic last time I was in town after losing my hand in a rather, irritating and embarrassing on-the-seas incident that I will not go into detail upon.
You jerked off too much.
What stays on the high seas? Stays.
I'm just in my mind. I'm thinking he jerked off too much, and a wave went too far, and his hand broke off.
Oh no,
Could I?
the sailor's rot.
Can I forge him a hand? Or
You could forge him perhaps a non-moving hand, but he mentions as part of his request, he mentions, now this little gnome bastard goes by the name of, I think it was Dewdrop? Yeah, Dewdrop was the little bastard's name. Dewdrop specializes in, hands, and so I kind of need a better one than this, because I can't really do my goddamn work with a pardon. No, he swears. A motherfucking hook hand. He's a sailor, I should know better.
yeah.
And so I was wondering if perhaps, you could encourage him to part with one of his better models for me, or at least make an appointment for me to, acquiesce a hand at a discounted price, because, the rate he was charging when I looked last into it for a proper prosthetic is highway goddamn robbery. So yeah, check out Dewdrop. I think the place was called, Do What You Can with a DEW.
That's a pretty sick name. I have to admit that.
All right. Well, I can go. I bet that I could get him over here.
If
Out of
anything
game, I have
else,
two things
we
to
have
say.
a
Oh
very
hell, if you
intimidating
bring him
man.
over with shit to get my arm fixed, with my hand fixed up, that's even better.
This sounds like it's in my wheelhouse.
Hell, if you
Yeah.
get him to do that today, I'll just give you the sword. I don't give a shit if I get a hand out of it.
Okay,
It's
two things
still
to
in
say.
my hands, right? The sword is still in my hands.
Currently, yes.
I see.
Just like point at him.
Run.
Next question: is this the only unique piece you have in your inventory? There we go. That was the word.
I got those hawk-looking shields. They look kind of like a hawk screeching sort of face. They aren't magic or nothing, I don't think, but they look cool. I guess if you're into that aesthetic.
I'm not into shields.
And then we got some of the standard armament, standard military armaments.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you have any armor for a griffin?
I look at him upset, visibly upset. I look at Leon visibly upset.
You know, it's funny.
Farting.
It's funny you mention the Griffin armor. I, those are usually special ordered.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you one of them Sky Knight folks, or are you looking just to poach some armor off me here? Because, usually those are pretty specific, or, handcrafted. I usually try not to part with those, because the captain gets mad, and you don't want to see Polgris get mad. That motherfucker is the scariest bastard I ever seen, and I've seen a goddamn sea serpent.
That sounds awesome.
It was not awesome, and he holds up his hook hand and wiggles his peg leg.
I see.
It was pretty much the opposite of awesome.
Agreed.
I tell him.
I didn't even get any cool scars, just missing a hand and a leg.
So that was the embarrassing story. You got. That doesn't sound embarrassing. That sounds epic.
I got 8, and he spat me out, and it was.
That's why it's embarrassing.
I once heard about a guy that got eaten by a giant mimic that was an island. You've lost nothing, my friend. Trust me.
Damn. That sounds ridiculous. How did it eat the ship? That seems impractical.
It's dead.
Dead.
Okay.
No, it's my sister. My sister won my charger and it's dead.
Oh. funnily appropriate.
It's fine. Okay.
I tell him, yes, I am a Sky Knight.
Okay. Like I said, usually they request specific stuff for their mounts, and I acquiesce what I can, unless they just forge the materials here.
Forge?
Leon, I will say usually, you put in an order for your, you put in a formal order for Bartering for your mount, and they will, like, fit your mount and stuff. Like, that is a service that the Sky Knights provide for, you know, but it costs a pretty penny. Like, it's expensive as fuck.
That's what I was kind of asking right now. Like, can't you have any, like, of like a claw thing or something like that to like be like some minor pieces that
yeah,
can be...
I could spare a couple gauntlets that you could cannibalize maybe, and maybe make something yourself you could try, but I don't think anything that'd give it some proper protection. If you're just looking for little bits and bobs to add on, that you probably get some of that. I could give you, say, about 20 gold for any mismated gauntlets I have. That ought to give you what you need.
That sounds like a good price, but I have to decline your offer.
All right. If you're a Sky Knight, like I said, they can probably help you out if you ask around. I get the order forms delivered usually as I'm leaving port. One of them flies in, and that's usually last minute if they need any extra materials or if they have a special order from out of town.
Yeah, those cost a pretty penny.
Usually they're pretty specific orders.
Yeah. So thank you very much, though.
Of course. Like I said, just talk to your guys. They'll probably set you up, and if I'm involved, then I will gladly greet you as you arrive. Once I arrive in port again. Sydney, by the way, Captain Sydney.
Quick question before: which hand is not on a hook?
His right hand is hooked.
Okay. I reach out with my right hand, Leon.
Yeah, good on ya. And he shakes your hand, gives you a sturdy nod. The beard moves aggressively up and down.
It like gets right in front of his face and goes straight to his like chest.
Basically, it's a huge ass beard, but again contained, like, you know, like the pompadours that you see.
Yeah.
It's like that, but on a face.
It's an upside down
like
pompadour.
Gnome's like braided beard type of thing.
Yeah, but it's not braided. It's just kind of weirdly coagulated into this cylindrical shape. It's very strange.
It's the one magical thing about this man.
Apparently. And then his peg leg is the left leg.
Okay, so bring his leg and like his arm, he just like waves his hands up and his leg at the same time. Shows like
No,
he has both of
no.
his-
None of
I know.
that.
I just think of it like that. Also, when he said not kill him, I was like, in my mind I was thinking more like beat him up and rip off his arm.
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
So,
Whatever you want to think, my dude. Anyways, so
Sky
Captain
Knight.
Sydney has introduced himself.
That's out of game, okay? That's out of game.
Of course.
Leon would never say that to anyone.
Naturally.
Hopefully not.
okay, so I guess we're heading to that place. Can I?
Yeah, I mean, hell, if you could do that before I leave port, that'd be amazing. I plan on heading out just before sunset, so
I
you got
leave the
plenty of
gold
time.
with him and walk away.
Sorry?
I leave the gold with him and walk away.
I apologize, please. So, explain to me what you are doing. What exactly you're doing.
I put the 200 gold in his hands.
Yeah.
And I walk away. And I'm like, all right, off to go get you a hand. And that's what I say.
Go ahead and roll a... For the essence of what you're doing, I'm going to say a deception check.
Two.
All right. He's like, up. Now wait just a minute. I can't go letting you take the merchandise before you've done your end of the bargain, my friend.
Oh, I thought this was an extra thing. I thought you were just asking for a favor.
No. I'm not charging you 1,000 gold, and as part of the payment, you're getting me a hand.
I see.
Or the person over here.
Yeah, to get me a hand. If he's still not gonna do it, then we don't have a deal.
Can't I just make him a hand?
But if
Are you gonna offer?
I could just make him a. Can't I just forge you a hand?
Yeah, I gotta be able to lift shit. It's not. The gnome, while he is a son of a bitch price gouging asshole, he does especially good work, slightly magical work. So
You should at least let me try.
Like I said, for the time it'll take you to get what you are trying to do and forge it and get the right size, and I'm gonna be heading out, and honestly, if I gotta leave with the hook, I'll leave with the hook, but I gotta leave on time. So feel free to try, but I'd have to ask for more gold if you're gonna do that, just because I don't know your craftsmanship. I know that motherfucker's craftsmanship, and while the guy is, kind of a bitch, his work is amazing.
Well, off to go kidnap a gnome. All right, bye.
All right, yeah. Just don't get me in trouble if you can help it. All right.
To go kidnap a gnome.
Goodbye.
Bye. So I take it he took the thing back. Just double check.
Yes, he did take it back when you had that conversation.
Did he pry it from my hand?
He was holding his hand out for the sword. Did you end up handing it back to him before you left?
I look to the
Zen.
party. I look to the members. What do you?
Siegfried is glaring at you.
I'm also glaring at you.
You look to the cop for advice on if you should steal or not.
I'm not trying to steal. I don't want to steal. It's not stealing.
I think I'm about to steal.
It's not stealing, it's borrowing.
One sec.
Shylvie, how are you reacting?
You guys might want to just take this from me right now. Just take it from me.
Yeah, no, I immediately head off for the place to try and negotiate.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna kidnap this guy. You should definitely try to get.
I think we can just get him over to the ship instead.
It's coming with us.
Shylvie says as they begin to head that direction. Zen, are you gonna give it up? Is anybody gonna help him give it up?
Oh, I am of course giving it up. I'm of course not having him give it up.
Double check. grapple
here's
check
what, here's
me,
what I'll
bro.
do. I'll grab the money and grab the sword and just swap it hands. Like
I
I'll
don't
go
want
right
the
next to them and just
fucking
grab
money.
both and just swap hands.
I don't want the fucking money. I want the sword.
You get. I tell you, you get the sword when you get the guy.
I'm gonna kill that goddamn gnome.
No, don't kill. If you kill him, the deal's off. He says, grabbing the sword from you.
My eyes are crazed currently.
Did you let go of the sword?
Someone needs to. Does he pry it on my hands?
I pry it out of his hands.
Okay.
I pry it out of your
Okay,
hands.
and then I dash towards wherever the fucking guy is.
Oh wait, legit?
I dash towards wherever the fucking guy is.
Oh wait,
no.
you mean the gnome or the captain?
Yes, to the
Like
gnome.
sword
Okay,
first.
you run past Shylvie.
Wait,
You
wait.
have no idea where this place is. You have not been there before.
He told us where it was.
Actually, yes, he did. He said it was in the upper, past the residential district near the border wall to the
He even told us what it was called. It was like do it right.
yeah, it was do it. I believe it was do
Do
what
it if
you
you
can.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll be right back.
Do what you
very
can.
shortly.
Prosthetics.
I'll be right back.
okay.
Sure thing.
Can I roll a persuasion check to convince him not to do this?
Not to do what?
To not kidnap him?
I will say, Shylvie, you keep pace with Zen as Zen begins to expedite in the direction that you've been told the place is. What do you tell him? Zen, are you listening?
I'm if he's keeping up with me, I can turn my head.
Yeah.
If you kidnap someone, there will be far more people trying to capture you. You will get hurt and bruised and possibly executed. Kidnapping is a terrible thing to do.
So you guys remember that like whole thing that we talked about the first session where like his Zen's eyes like sort of glaze into like that greenish like type of thing, like the greenish glow.
I'm not familiar.
Remember, you said it was like something called like Fey touched or whatever. That's what you just said it was.
You
like,
are gently fey touched, yes.
So
Is this an aspect of that? This obsession?
Oh, it's definitely part of it. Yes.
A compulsion.
So he looks at as he's still running, has his head turns towards Shylvie. He could see that glaze, and he nods his head slightly, but he's still dashing.
Let's just convince him to do.
And if not, we can just kidnap him or take it. All right, let's
You
go.
can. I have nothing to do with it, at the very least. Of course, I can put a new face on, but I like this one. I'm getting
Siegfried is
comfortable.
jogging behind you all, keeping up easily.
Siegfried's faster than us.
Yes, exactly. That's why I'm saying.
And
Siegfried, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
oh, he's totally down for the kidnapping.
No, stop. I mean, do whatever. Anyways.
And while jogging, Siegfried's just smiling the whole time.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh God. Leon's not here. Leon is keeping pace behind, but as you guys head through the middle of town, he gets sort of caught up in a midday crowd as people are, going in and out of taverns for the morning breakfast or heading out from places that they've been staying, and you lose sight of Leon for a minute. Anyways, you all are, quickly expediting your way up towards the wall to the noble district. And the walls separating the segments of this city are significant. Quite significant. We're talking like 40, 50 foot high stone structures built in rings. Sorry?
All right, guys, let's climb them.
The stone is quite smooth, you notice. Almost specifically for what appears to be that potential reason. side, and you approach the area of the wall, not obviously going up to the gate or anything, but you travel along until you see a hanging sign with like a wooden sign hanging with a mechanical arm pointing to the "Do What You Can" logo, and there's a little water drop coming off the tip of the finger that's pointing towards the title. That seems to be his logo.
I have to run through the door.
You do so. I assume everybody keeps pace.
What happened?
Leon catches up with you all.
Somehow very fast.
Yeah, they just arrived at the Do What You Can prosthetics shop.
Okay.
All right, so Zen, as you burst through the door, you see many sort of glass cases. Think like a jewelry store, but a little lower tech. Like there aren't any exactly like lights in the display cases or anything, but there are candles lighting the candles in nice little braziers lighting the or candle holders, whatever you call them. So there's a faint flickering light off all of these different metal bits and bobs and components. You see many limbs, hands, feet. There appears to be a metal ear in a small display cabinet. And behind the back counter is what appears to be indeed a gnomish fellow, a rock gnome with a notably quite ludicrously long nose, a long pointed nose, and he sort of has one of those you know the things jewelers use to examine jewels. He's got an equivalent of that used for small metal work. And he appears to be, with one hand, sort of manipulating tweezers in what appears to be a metal arm that he's working on, and with the other hand, casting some sort of spell. You see his fingers, twiddling, and every so often he taps a finger down and you see a little jolt of electricity hop in and the arm sort of flexes. That is what you see as you come in, and he immediately puts his head up. Hello. How can I help you today?
Is his nose large enough to grab?
Quite.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Told you not to.
None of you appear to be missing any limbs. How can I help you today? You're here
I'm gonna lock the door.
The door.
Siegfried, don't do it. I look at Siegfried. I'm just like, Siegfried.
There is a hanging chain on the door that locks from the inside.
So wait, who's the one who wanted the sword again?
Zen.
Siegfried's just an agent of chaos.
Yeah.
Cast
Siegfried?
sleep on Siegfried.
No,
Oh,
right
God.
now, I'll tell you guys this right now. If you, I'm gonna have to tell people. I'm gonna have to say something about this. If
Okay,
anything
as
goes
Leon,
wrong.
as you are saying that,
smile in your face.
No, I
Shylvie,
whisper
did-
to the guys. I make sure the guy doesn't, the sleepy guy doesn't hear it. I whisper to the group, just so the guy won't get afraid.
So,
I kind of
no, he wasn't sleeping. He was working on something, and he acknowledged you all when you came in.
Like I said,
Shylvie, I believe you were casting a spell?
Going to cast sleep on the party member trying to kidnap.
That is.
But
You're
there's
not
multiple.
sure what Siegfried's plan is, but he did just lock the door behind him.
He just locked the door behind
Zen
him.
is currently has
uncasting
that look in his eyes and is eyeing the gnome strangely.
I whisper,
But not
Moshe,
sexually,
he's doing
just
this.
But not
I
sexually.
whisper to, not sexually. I whisper to Zen while Shylvie is doing this. Zen, if you do this, you will face consequences if something bad happens.
He doesn't answer. He's still just looking at the dude.
Shylvie, did you
And
cast
then
your
he-
spell?
And then he looks at
my
Shylvie.
spell, and I will now roll for how many hit points worth of creatures I can
not gonna get.
Okay, I'm just,
And what is
before
the
you
radius
tell
that you are
this is
doing
a-
for it?
You're doing this on a barbarian, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's-
it's a low
It's a
level.
good spell. It's like
yeah.
a good
A low
spell.
level barbarian.
If it
Yeah.
was a high level
Alright.
barbarian, it wouldn't work. But like,
I
It's a
assume
good spell.
sleep is an AOE, correct?
yes. Oh no.
This
it's
shop
not.
is only
It's
like
range of 90 feet, and it affects a 20, and it affects a 20-foot radius.
okay, so that's most of the shop.
Make sure to get it at the corner of the
Yeah, the
shop
point
where
is that
Shylvie-
yeah, I'm
where-
going to
where
set the
Siegfried
point
is.
If
to
you
be
put it in the corner
outside.
of the room, it'll hit everything except the back corner of the room, which nobody is in.
Yeah, I'm gonna set it outside.
In
The
the
door.
street.
Oh no.
You're gonna
Shylvie,
make random people fall
Oh,
asleep. That's
shoot.
This is not gonna.
this is not a
Shylvie-
massive place. This is a gnome's tinkering prosthetic sales shop.
I
Yeah,
missed
sleep is not what
I will
should be
give you
using.
another like 15 seconds to think about your reaction, and then I'm gonna go to Zen.
Shylvie, okay, Shylvie, if this comes
Once
down
Leon's
to it,
done
you and me
talking.
can work together on this. If it comes down to it,
Oh god. Oh no. I'm already.
if it comes down to it, Don't- I would.
So,
won't
Leon,
let
just
this
give
guy
her-
die.
Yeah, give him 1 sec. Shylvie, what are you thinking?
Just saying one thing though. Zen is currently not
I
doing
used-
anything. He's just looking at
I
Shylvie.
decide to intimidate him into not. I decide to intimidate him into not doing it.
Excellent.
And-
I will remind you, Shylvie, Zen appears to be relatively cooperative if extremely focused. Siegfried is the one who made the slightly aggressive action of locking the door.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm
Siegfried.
saying.
Siegfried.
It's like
I
locking
look
doors,
at
guys.
Siegfried and use my shape shifting, and the way that I do it is
Are you
I use
Beetlejuicing
my
him?
shape shifting to look him dead in the eye, and then have
What
my
is
eye
Beetlejuicing?
open up like a mouth
Ooh. Cool.
that hisses at him. Don't.
Ooh.
You
Siegfried.
fucking
the guy.
Siegfried, did you catch that?
Yeah.
Okay,
He's trying to
so
press you.
Shylvie,
And
go
I'll
ahead and roll
intimidate.
He's trying to
intimidation.
press me.
What?
Is there something on the Discord that I can use, or should I just roll a d20 here?
I will trust you to
Um,
just roll a d20.
If you want,
Alright.
you can go to the bot channel, and I think it's exclamation
Oh,
mark.
I'm sorry. You can totally roll. There's a dice thing on roll
Yeah,
20.
Give me a
Oh.
second. I'm trying to remember what
Okay.
it was.
It's literally just
Um,
the left sidebar. It's the second to last button, and then you just hit d20.
And here we
Like this.
are. Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about like D&D, like Discord, not the on the sideboard. It looks like it looks like a dice.
How do I?
No.
what's the
You
mechanic
go
for it?
over to the bar on the side of the roll 20
So you
page.
look,
Do you
look
see?
to the left side.
On
You see
your
where
left,
you see where the arrow is,
top left.
right?
Do you have
see
a
where the-
d20? Just roll a d20.
Okay, look. So Shylvie, you see where the arrow is, correct? On the left side.
What are you talking? Yeah, the mouse cursor, the big
Yeah.
bar of all the tools.
Yes. You see that?
If you have a d20, just roll the d20.
Yeah, I'll just roll a d20.
Okay, I like
I got
an
one
honor
right next
system.
Yeah.
I rolled a goddamn one.
I'm
earlier.
pretty honorable.
Oh, he rolled a
Okay,
one,
that
you're
was
fine.
actually pretty low. That would be with my
everybody
current
else hush.
intimidation score. Yeah, that was an 8.
Okay, and then yep. Okay, so 8. So Siegfried, you are
Siegfried's
not.
gonna smile in his face.
You're not particularly intimidated, although that was quite the impressive display.
Wait, what did Siegfried roll?
I didn't have him roll anything. I was just seeing how intimidating Shylvie was.
Oh, because
Yeah.
okay.
It was cute.
Contested my intimidation versus his.
If it was high enough, I would have had him make a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Okay.
Now Siegfried's gonna intimidate him back.
Sure. What? Yeah. What do you do?
I just stare dead into his soul.
Ah, he's very good at that. I guess go ahead and roll.
All right.
Dumb hectic.
16 plus 5, so 21, I think.
Yeah. Siegfried is clearly very resolute in his stance, and Shylvie, you are pretty convinced that you probably shouldn't mess with him, although the feeling passes after a moment, although you are rather intimidated by his physical presence currently. That won't affect your opinion or anything, but it'll just be a statement of being.
I turn to Shylvie and say, "Hurry up."
The gnome, meanwhile, while watching all of you, like, discuss and stare at each other and all this stuff, is just like, so... Are we doing business, folks?
Need a hand?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I hear that one a lot, actually. Yeah, so, what, are you looking for a specific type? I'd love to set up, like, a meeting in order to do fittings, all those sorts of things. We can set out, payment plans or what have you if need be. But, yeah, let's talk. What do you need? What do you need for who? How big? All that.
A friend down on the docks would like a replacement.
Yep. Lots of sailors come in for their hooks and their bits and their bobs.
He would like a hand that will allow him to do his work and not hinder it like a hook.
Any chance you're here for a guy named Sydney?
His eyes are getting more glazed over. By the way, the longer they're talking.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you all can write fuck off then. I'm gonna keep working on what I'm working on. Feel free to browse and let me know if you actually want to buy anything.
Siegfried's gonna smile and just walk forward.
Sir, I would like to request.
I would like to request that please go with him. He's terrifying.
Zen
the gnome locks eyes with. Sorry?
Zen says, "Why?
The gnome locks eyes with Siegfried, and his eyes are kind of bolting back and forth. Sorry?
Shylvie just straight up says to Zen, please interfere.
Oh no, I think you're like actually the second wrong person. Like, the worst person to interfere with Siegfried.
And Zen goes face to face with this gnome dude.
So now Siegfried and Zen are up by the counter staring down at this gnome with the arm that he was working on. As you all get up close, you realize that the eyepiece that he was in, that he was using, zooms back in, and it is in his head. He appears to have a mechanical eye. And he sort of tilts his head back at you and scratches his long, pointy nose. And he looks at you both, and the eye sort of, like, opens and closes a little bit of a red glow from inside of it now. Is there a problem, gentlemen?
Repeat my question. Why?
Oh, God.
I'm not gonna give that bastard shit!
May I request the reasoning for this?
The bastard slept with my daughter! I ain't giving him shit! He's already taken enough from me!
I see.
Oh, shit!
So
okay, give me a second. I'm muting myself.
Leon has been incapacitated.
Zen looks at Shylvie. His hands are balled up.
So yeah,
Plan B.
ain't giving him shit.
Alright, give me something.
Sure, let's talk. What do you need, my friend?
Give me a hand.
Alright. The usual prices run about 1,000 gold. If you are in dire straits and a resident of the city, I can give you payment plans.
What's the pirate's guy name again, Ed?
Captain Sydney is who you're currently questing for.
Write it down for now.
So I tell him, all right, can you put it down on
I did, Leon.
Sydney?
Swear to God.
Resident of the city.
Yeah, resident of the city.
Captain.
He can't be. It can't be him. Especially him.
Turn
I-
head towards Leon. Shush.
I basically say, can we come to an agreement for a cheaper pricing at least?
I've been in business for quite a while now, and I pride myself. And he stands up on the stool now. He's still shorter than both of you, being a gnome. Dude's like 2.5 feet tall. And he says, so, here's the thing. I've been in business for a long time, and I've dealt with many different types of folks. Many people who are impaired in some way or another harbor a bit of a resentment or a bit of malice. A bit of thoughts that things in the world are not fair to them. I like to even the scales a little bit. Tip things back in their favor. I think the scales have been tipped in Captain Sydney's favor for a little bit too long.
Can you make fake money?
What?
Okay, you want to screw him over, right? Okay, cool. Can you make fake money?
Roll a persuasion check.
I'm sorry for laughing early, but his voice was saying, he said my daughter just didn't help anything.
Son of a fucking fuck.
What'd you
He got
get?
a 1.
5.
I am done here.
I can't stop laughing because of this fucking group.
Fake money. Alright, listen. I know, this is bad to say, and I usually know better than to say it, but to give you some perspective, a lot of gold passes through this shop from either side of the wall. If I start doing something along those lines, I will get nailed by the taxman so hard that my daughter will feel it.
Wait, I'm confused. I'm telling him that I want to use the fake money for...
Okay.
And he's saying that if it's discovered that he made fake currency, it will come down on him.
I see, I see.
I say, do you have any of the fake money that people may have used on you?
Ooh, wait.
No, because, and he taps the side of his head and his eye zooms out a little bit and then zooms back in, of this thing.
Do you have a bad arm? Do you have an arm that you can't sell, that's bad, that can screw him over?
Now, I'm a master craftsman, gentlemen. I have been in this business for a while now, and these methods have been passed down the family for generations, up till the current one. My daughter's not learning shit now. I'm
not to tell you guys, this whole time you could visibly see Siegfried holding himself back.
Zen has not let go of the front yet. He is still holding on to the glass.
He's just staring at this man's nose.
Yeah. As he like moves and motions and talks, it moves a lot. So you have a your eyes are like just moving constantly.
I make sure to at least stand in front of Siegfried a bit so it won't impair his vision, but so enough so that if he tries
you're
to
like
charge
standing off to the side so that you can intervene if necessary. That's fine.
Yeah, if necessary.
So
I'm not strong whatsoever.
I apologize, Zen. Please repeat.
So he was flamboyantly.
He raised an eye. He raised an eyebrow, and he said, "Huh. I mean, it would have to be something that he didn't know. I assume he's in port, correct?"
Yes, and he has something I want.
I see.
Which is why I'm here.
It would have to be something that, worked and for a short period of time and then malfunctioned majestically.
Yes, same page. All right, do you have it now?
Now, I am known for my quality of product. What would it take for me to besmirch my reputation, though perhaps it would be reduced due to my personal interest in the situation? What would it cost for me to besmirch my good reputation?
Your daughter's chastity. All right,
it's already gone. It's valueless now. It is worth 0 coins.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
I'll help if
Is he
the
asking us to
Skyknights-
give him something for this?
Yeah.
Is that what he's doing?
Basically-
I see.
I tell them that I'll help if the Skyknights get
All right.
into the situation. Like if the Skyknights get into the situation, I will help to make sure that he does not see repercussions.
Or we could
I'm
just
not worried
say
about the Sky Knights. I'm worried about the taxmen.
All right. Siegfried's gonna intimidate him.
All right. What does Siegfried do?
He's just gonna stare at him.
Like,
with soul.
So you've been
more
doing
gonna
that.
do what
Go
he
ahead and
does.
roll intimidation for me.
I think he's
Okay,
just staring even
so-
harder now. He just walks forward and stares
Now
more.
just flex.
You flex. Okay, go ahead and roll intimidation. You could use your strength
You
or your
see
charisma.
veins popping out of his forehead.
All right. So
Oh, how about you like walk forward with veins popping out of your forehead from just staring too hard?
Yeah, just let him do his thing.
That'd be pretty
I
funny,
rolled
yeah.
a 19. No,
Nice.
I think he's still using his voice.
Okay.
We're on the same team here. We're on the same team here.
You know what? I think if it'll resolve this situation faster, perhaps. Fine. Fine. But, how about this? If any of you folks ever need business related to crafting something of a autonomous or clockwork nature, come to me first. Guarantee me some business in the future, and I say that'll be enough for me to help you out this time. How's that sound?
I'll definitely recommend you to the Sky Knights.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, the Sky Knights usually have their own. You do have an artificer specifically for the Sky Knights, and he perks
Their
up.
recommendation.
I will say he perks up and says this when you say that, actually, Leon, and he says, noted. Okay, yeah, fine. And he scrounges underneath the counter for a little bit, and he sort of you hear, like, him rifling through a trash bin, and he pulls out a gnome-sized mechanical hand, and he says, you know what, this one, the middle finger doesn't contract, so you know I probably couldn't sell it, right? Obviously, and obviously the size limits the market, but, for free, I'm sure this'll do. There you are. And he puts the hand down on the counter and presents it. That is what I can do for free.
Zen takes it and drops 20 gold on the table and heads out the door.
Thank you. I hope to see you all again soon.
That means
As you guys
we'd have to
leave,
lose a
you see
limb.
the little metal iris sort of widen as you guys leave.
I turn around and just say, I am incredibly sorry for how they act.
It's all good.
Stop apologizing for us.
I work in sales.
He's
I
not wrong.
see all kinds.
I like how we have a police officer in the group with the guy who basically is not afraid to murder people.
It's a very fun dynamic. That said,
I wasn't gonna murder anyone.
no,
I
he's
said
talking about
kidnap.
Siegfried. Oh God.
So can we just say we teleport back to the?
Yeah, you teleport back. Screen wipe.
Oh, I
What?
love those screen wipes.
What the fuck is this? The
Gimme.
captain says, holding up the little gnome hand that you present to him. What the fuck is this?
Whoa, there's no
Oh,
way.
wait, no, I'm mixing him up.
There's no way I would have handed him the sword. Handed him the thing without being handed the sword first.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course. Well, and vice versa. So
And
he's
vice
holding the sword and sort of looking at it in the sunlight as you all return from your adventure with the gnomish tinkerer.
Adventure.
Yeah. Hey, there were stakes. Anyways,
His life.
you all return. And the captain, I'm getting the gnome voice mixed up with this guy's voice now.
Yeah.
His voice was like an old gruffy, like
Yeah. And a lot of cussing.
All right. So, what have you got for me? 200 gold in a hand?
And I'm like, wait. He said if we get him a hand, it's free. He said if we got him an appointment or brought the guy here, it would be the same price. But he said if we gave him a hand, it would be free.
No, the opposite. He said that if you brought the guy here, it would be free. If you got him the hand, it's 200 gold.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because he would get
I know why.
custom fitted for the hand, as
Yeah.
opposed to whatever you bring him.
Well,
Also-
fine, whatever.
Which is about to be a problem in a moment.
Oh God, no.
All right. So I'm like,
Anyway,
sword.
so he says to you, he says, "This is an awfully unique sword, isn't it? Did you end up getting me something, gentlemen? I don't see that motherfucker dewdrop with ya."
Yeah, you didn't tell us you fucked his daughter. Now give me the sword.
No, you shouldn't say that. Oh, okay.
You see him raise his eyebrows and sort of chuckle under his breath and like smirk. His nostrils flare and he's just like looks off to the left and down for a sec. Anyways, the hand.
And I'm like, well, anyways, the sword.
And he holds it and he like motions with it and he like does a little like spins it in a circle like, yep, it's
And
still
then-
here.
All right, and I hold out the hand.
And he looks at it. And he looks at you and he says,
Oh God.
The eyes are glazing again, boys.
The eyes are glazing again, boys.
and he sort of looks around and
You
he
want a fully
says,
operational hand? We got one.
Okay.
"What
game,
the
that's a
fuck am I
huge
supposed to do with
understatement.
that?"
Use it.
No deal. And he goes to sheathe the sword and then realizes it's got a big ass curl on the tip and he's like, oh, and so he just kind of carries it off to the side and turns his back to you and appears to be going to go walk back onto the ship.
So he's gonna die, I'm guessing, from someone in our group.
That depends what happens in the next couple seconds.
And I say to him,
No.
hey, you're happy with a hook hand? Or do you want a hand where you can actually work with? That was the deal. I brought my part. Take your part.
He stops, tilts his head. With his good hand, he clears out his eardrum a little bit. And he turns his head and says, "Another 200 gold and sure."
This motherfucker. Okay, so Siegfried, you want to help me join in on this?
All right. So Siegfried's gonna look at you guys, and then you said it was his right hand that was the hook.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna Siegfried's gonna point at his left hand.
Oh no, Siegfried.
And he just points.
Just points.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
points.
Roll intimidation.
You want to need another hand, motherfucker?
Is anybody going to assist to give him advantage?
Oh, I'm gonna be like, so you have a problem with
got
only having one
proficiency.
hand, right? You want to have no hands?
And Siegfried
so-
points.
So
Siegfried. Excuse me, one sec, Leon.
Yeah,
Siegfried,
sorry.
you have advantage on this roll. Please tell me the higher number.
All right. So I rolled the 12 and the 19.
That'll do it.
Okay, that would do it.
The captain looks at you all, looks over at Siegfried, and looks at Zen, and actually squints a little bit and tilts his head as he notices Zen's eyes have that strange green, almost glow about them. I can't. This is an embarrassment. I can't. It's ridiculous.
you need a hand? Do you want to be able to pick things up? Do you want to be able to eat a sandwich with both hands? Would you like to not look like a mechanical freak?
As you say that, he kind of tilts his head and scratches his beard a little.
All right.
Would you like to be able to
person-
scratch your head without stabbing yourself in the scalp?
I'm not sure
This
this is helping
is
or making it
ridiculous.
worse.
I'm also getting closer. The more I say. I'm
Yeah,
also
I know.
getting
And he turns
closer.
around now to face you all. He's holding the sword, and he looks at it, and he looks at the little hand, and he's just like, well, fine. Give me the hand. Here's the
Give me the
goddamn
sword.
sword. And he trades with you.
So I have the sword in my hand.
Yep.
Can I kick his hand that has the
Oh no.
Don't do that.
Oh
the
no.
baby
no,
hand
no.
in it? Don't do it.
No,
Don't do it.
don't do it. Don't do it.
He's
One
looking.
second.
Well, he is holding it and looking down at it, like just
One sec.
between 4 fingers, and he's just looking
Guys,
at it
I
like.
rolled really low. I'm feeling like doing this.
I know you are, but please don't.
Fine. I turn around, and I walk
Be
away.
the better man here. Don't don't argue with a child fucker.
So,
we don't know the actual age here.
That's
I don't, we
yeah.
shouldn't assume
Don't
those things.
assume.
Okay, out of
I
game.
will say, as a
Out of
DM,
game.
as a rule, I generally avoid that sort of thing.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That
As
gnome
a-
was 106 years old, my dude.
like I'm saying. I'm saying
His
this out
daughter's
of
probably
game,
in her 70s.
pretty sure. Okay. Okay.
Alright, so I'm
Just
gonna
giving
walk
you a heads up.
I'm walking
I'm
away
sorry,
with
okay.
the sword, and I'll be like,
My
if
bad.
you get anything
Rephrase
else
it.
good, you can talk to me, but don't try to fuck me again. And I just get off of the ship.
He chuckles a bit as you say that.
Can I do intimidation with that one?
He's already pretty significantly intimidated, but I'll say, why not? Go ahead.
Okay,
Can
let
I
me
get one decent roll today, please?
Man, most parties' perception is the highest number rolled. In this one, it's intimidation, significantly.
So I got 11.
It's also like the most rolled.
11.
Yeah.
I apologize. That I said highest, but I meant most. Yes.
Yeah.
And sorry, you said 11?
I said 11. Yeah, that's the best roll I've had all day.
You're not wrong.
He sort of just scratches his beard and keeps looking at the hand. He pretty much ignores you as he walks back onto the ship.
I
All
probably should
right,
have
boy.
rephrased
We gotta work with this here. You know about the mechanics and stuff, right? And the boy like says something back to him much quieter, and like they go off.
I really wanted to kick that hand out his hand.
If you did, I'm pretty sure he would try to get that sword from your hand.
Then
that
he would get the sword back in his gut.
All right,
And then you would go to jail.
He attacked me.
Not
Sorry,
by
bro.
me.
Zen.
Sorry, bro. Yes.
As you are holding the sword, and it is now yours, you feel something.
It just breaks on you.
It's just
As it shatters in half into a million pieces, it appears
Worth
he
it.
gave you a styrofoam sword that, as the gentle
Also, I
sea
didn't
breeze
get-
came.
This motherfucker.
No, I'm kidding.
Also,
I'm
I
kidding.
didn't give him money.
Okay.
I did not give him money, by the way.
Oh,
I
I
did not
right.
give him
I
money.
apologize. I assumed that
No.
there was trade of currency.
We swapped weapons and I walked away. We swapped things and I walked away.
Oh no.
Does he realize this? That's what you should. That's what you should find out right now.
I apologize for assuming. I was assuming that the 200 gold had traded hands. I will say
maybe
he
not.
perhaps just to keep things in canon. You hear the clippity clopping of of both a peg leg and a foot on deck, and leaning over the edge, the captain says, "Hold up! You forgot the gold."
I drop the gold on the floor and continue walking away.
All right. Boy, would you mind going grabbing that? Captain. And the boy goes and runs down and grabs it and goes back.
I might kill that man one day.
Maybe. Who
So-
knows?
You never
Captain
see him
Sydney.
again?
Also,
Okay, let me write down.
Shylvie, I gave you what part? I gave you all but 20 gold back for the sword, just so you know.
So I am back up to 242.
Yeah, I have 15 gold. Alright.
If you guys want, I could help pay for it a bit.
Nah, that's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's his obsession. Let him pay for his obsessions.
Okay, so Zen, as I said, now once you get to hold the sword for a little while, you feel a little strange. You
Fine.
tend to focus on the spot between the two spirals, because there's a little bit of space in there. You almost feel like you see a little faint green light. It's very faint, and you can't quite make anything out, but you just notice little pinprick of light every so often.
Neat. Can I? I'll just carry it in my hands.
Yeah. It will need a unique scabbard. It will need a unique holster unless you just tie it to your hip by the pommel.
Yeah,
But we could just say you make that in your downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that is the weapons shipment, unless anybody wanted one of those weird hawk shields.
Oh,
They're not magic, they just have a hawk's face on them.
That guy was an asshole.
He certainly was.
I hope that hand explodes. I hope his other hand gets eaten. Why were they all assholes? Why the hell? They were both assholes.
Okay, wait. Okay,
The gnome was an asshole.
the gnome was not an asshole.
Yes, he was. He was an asshole to us. He was like, "Fuck you! I'm not doing business with you."
Well, he had a reason to.
Well, he had a reason for that. Like he was an asshole because we're working for the guy. We were working for the guy who fucked his daughter.
Also, I'd still like to point out he's still upset because of
This session going up on YouTube.
Sorry?
It's going to get demonetized. Isn't this session going up on
It is
YouTube?
going on YouTube.
We
This
aren't.
is going
These
to
aren't
be
monetized. We
monetized
use copyrighted assets sometimes. I know for a fact Tyler does. So these aren't getting monetized.
You are too. You're using an asset from a video game.
Yeah,
with the
exactly.
sword.
So
Yeah.
this is not for profit, my dude.
This is not profit at all.
If it was, we'd be in trouble.
Oh, hugely. I think these videos will get demonetized still,
Yeah.
but not for our profit game.
Yeah.
What are you saying would make it demonetized? The cursing?
No, the assets on.
No, I'm talking about Shylvie. What's Shylvie mean? Because cursing doesn't.
In the
it's
first
mostly-
minute.
Yeah.
In the first minute. I think we did curse in the first minute.
We definitely did. I think the first word out of my mouth was fuck.
Well, whatever.
Either way, we don't really care about the money.
Either way.
This is all for fun.
Anywho, sorry. So, okay, we're getting a little meta here, guys. Let's hop back in. So, Zen has acquired some new hardware. He is very fixated on it as you all travel around. Are you all waiting
no one.
for... Sorry?
I think that surprises no one.
Yeah. Are you all waiting for the evening to come? Are you visiting Deborah? Are you trekking back in with Zebek? Are you heading back to the Waves Crash? What do you guys want to do with the rest of the day? You still have several hours before... if you want to skip ahead, we can say you just kill time. If you want to do anything specific, just let me know now. I will say Zen, maybe hold back on requests if you have any, because we just did a big
I don't
thing.
have nothing.
Okay,
I
perfect.
have nothing.
I say let's go to Deborah. Let's just try and meet with her.
Yeah,
'cause you
let's
guys...
go try to meet with her.
Yes. As a reminder, Zebek had said she said something about friends from out of town.
Friends
so
from
she's
the
out of
other
town.
side.
No, she said friends were visiting from out of town.
Oh, okay. So they might be in
Probably adventurers.
a local area, maybe like a bar, most likely.
Zebek did note her residence. He pointed out that her residence is next to an apothecary.
Okay, so we might want to go to that.
And the apothecary is called Herbs.
That's his name, Paul, but his place is called Herbs.
You don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know
nothing.
I have not been to that shop, so I don't know.
I like how you said like you're like in like a such like a shy, a scared voice. You don't know. Okay, we're back.
All right.
Are you guys
I
going
guess we can
to?
go there. Are there any like?
Nomad?
Say again?
Are there any like pet shops? This
Pet
town?
shops?
Or like animal shops?
They did say that there were shipments that dealt in animals.
There are shipments that deal in animals. Did I specifically say last time that there was one in port, or did I not specify?
You did not specify.
Because I
if one
don't
of
think
them
there's
was for
currently
animals.
one. I mean, there might be some pet shops around town. If you look around, I could just make another shop up. One sec.
You don't have to.
No. Is it something that you guys want to like take time to do now? It's
up to
like
you.
you guys are choosing where you want the story to go. So would you like to spend some time doing that? I would like consent
Does
from.
Siegfried want a glaring pet?
He would.
Also, how do
that-
Shylvie and Leon feel about this as
Yeah.
well?
I think Leon just left for a sec.
Leon said he'd be back.
Okay, so Leon's out. Shylvie, how do you feel?
Yeah, I can still keep on playing.
No, I mean
No.
like a pet shop detour.
I mean, I'm a spellcaster, and the familiar system that I specifically wrote up is allowed, so maybe I'll just go browse.
I
the
don't.
pet shop.
Oh god, that's it. Oh, wait, you can convert. I assume you can convert an animal into your familiar.
Yeah, I'm a spellcaster, so I can.
Gotcha, cool.
At least within
I didn't read your new thing, but I'll just assume it's fine, right?
It was 3 months ago, and I spent 4 months balancing it, so...
Sure. Great, awesome. So just resend me that if you can, or I'll search it up. Anyways, so yeah, sure.
I'll
Let's
be
go.
on
Let's
it.
go pet shopping, y'all. Okay, so you all ask around. Go ahead and roll some investigation checks for me. Everybody make one. Everybody.
I rolled an 11.
Excuse me. 11. Anybody else?
Should I roll? So, quick
Place that
question,
doesn't get
Ed.
dark.
Would I, in this situation, have to roll with disadvantage, just in case?
You could choose not to roll if you're too distracted.
Well, no, I'm asking. Is there any like effect going on that would make it if I was?
There is
investigating
currently
it?
no magical effect on you. It is just a fixation.
Okay. I
18
don't.
on my investigation check.
18
Finally
for
rolled
Shylvie.
good for once.
Huh?
Zen, sure.
I
Roll
got
with
5.
disadvantage. I think that's appropriate.
I got 5. I did, and I got 5. I got
Okay.
a 2. I got a 2 and a 20.
Got it. Dang. You hate to see that. Shylvie,
That's fine.
you all ask around, and you're kind of asking, and people are like, pet shop? Oh, I guess. I mean, I don't really have any myself. I found my dog on the street! Shylvie finally, finds a child walking, a pet lizard.
Shylvie would just head to the ocean for that.
Sorry?
Shylvie would probably just head to the ocean for that.
For her investigation?
Yeah, to like look for a pet.
Oh.
Oh,
Like to a stream or an ocean. 'Cause
ocean would be more accessible.
being-
However,
being
the
an aquatic
water is
creature
currently a little. I mean, you could head down, like, along the coast a little ways, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so, all right.
We'll just head to a pet shop.
Yeah. Do you mind if we just do the pet shop thing, Shylvie? Like, if you want to go.
Oh, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. I'll just look.
I will say of
in
the pets that you can
amphibian
find
section,
would
if
be
there is
Shylvie, if you were going to go search for a pet, you would have to like do animal handling skill challenge. Basically, you roll until you get 3 successes or failures, and it's yours if you succeed. Whatever. And I would say you get like a lizard, a seahorse, a quipper, basically anything that you would find by the ocean or on a beach or on a rocky cliffside.
Yeah.
Crab.
I'll just go to the pet shop and look around for
A regular sized
amphibian
seagull.
amphibious creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
seagull that just sits on top of your head. We have it here.
And makes a really
Baby
loud
heart
noise
seal.
all the time because seagulls suck. You'll never eat a sandwich again. Sorry. So, eventually, I'll just cut to the chase. You all eventually find a place called the House
of we're gonna be demonetized anyway.
No, of Wows. No, it's not that. The House of Habitats? Sure, the House of Habitats.
Oh my god, I love this. So funny.
And you see the sign is a little lizard in a cage. Is
I
the
think
little
they
logo.
sell lizards here, guys.
And you all enter, and it looks like a pet shop. There's there's significantly more floor space in here than the, this is also along, this wall to the Noble District. Still on the regular residential side, though. As, pet ownership is not a, crazy frequent occurrence, at least not for, quality pets besides just finding strays or, adopting from the sea. You enter here, and there is a... Who have I not used yet?
What happened? Someone tell me.
We're at a pet shop.
There is
I want a
let's
dog.
say a Triton.
You have a griffin.
It's not a pet.
There is a
It's a
Triton.
friend.
There is a Triton woman at the counter, currently pouring some food into a fishbowl.
Before I go in,
Yep.
before I go in, I change into my ASO form.
Oh, So you look through the window and see the Triton woman, and you change
I look
into
through
your...
the window, see the Triton woman, and turn into my ASO form.
So I'm guessing we all know now that you're some creature that can transform.
Shapeshift. Yeah.
You've all known. I apologize for asking, but is this your form? Is this your natural form?
Natural form is just a green blob, but
This is your character
This
portrait.
is like the social form. This is like the general ISO social form.
Gotcha. Okay. At which it's people around here are. Some people are familiar. Sailors might be familiar with it. Others might not have seen an SAO in their actual, form.
Life.
But this is the first time many of you are seeing Shylvie in a form that indicates that they are anything but an elf or a half elf.
I think I have seen her other form though.
Yeah, he
Leon,
saw it.
you have seen their globby natural form.
Everyone thinks he should change her name, but I know her actual form.
Yeah.
Zen's like, oh, neat, and then looks back down at his sword.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you enter, and the Triton woman sort of is feeding some fish, and then looks up at you, and is just like, hello. Pleasure to see new guests. I haven't seen you folks in here before. Is there anything I can help you with? Are you looking for a companion for your home, or a little traveling buddy of some sort?
And
So why are we in here again?
Siegfried
It's a pet
wanted a
shop.
pet
Pet shop.
to buy pets.
Oh, Siegfried, we have a griffin. Oh wait, no, that's my friend. I'm right
Oh,
back.
we do.
We have a griffin. Wait. Let's talk for a moment.
Okay, at least I have a griffin that you guys can be friends with. He is my friend, not my pet.
That griffin was quite rude. I'd like to point out.
He is not rude. He just follows my commands more than acts
No.
on his own.
Remember? Well, actually, let's not talk. Let's just say that.
As a
Zen's,
reminder, the griffin is an animal.
Well, he's my friend. He's not really.
Oh no, he has a personality. It's just
That's just Zen's impression. That
Of
it was
course,
quite
of course.
a rude griffin.
This woman is looking at you all and waiting patiently for you to say something.
My friend here.
She's got
is interested
sort
in
of
a
the
pet.
fins on her face, and she's kind of smiling gently. She's got big fishy eyes that she blinks, and you notice her eyelids come in from the side, which is a little unsettling at first, but then you get used to it.
We'd like to see your wares. And then he looks back down at his sword.
Yes.
I couldn't quite hear you. Try saying that again?
She makes a snide remark about them being living creatures and not exactly wares.
And the woman nods in your general direction and says, yes. Still for sale, of course, but we do care for these little ones, don't we? Well, tell me a little bit about your living situation. Do you folks have a home that you want guarded, or... Well, what are you looking for? For what purpose do you want a animal companion?
Well, I'm a traveler.
Say again?
He's a traveler.
Traveler, as you can tell by the fact that I'm out of the ocean.
Okay, the last part I didn't hear.
I couldn't hear it either.
I heard the ocean.
Your mic is fine sometimes and not fine in other times. Is there anything that you change that affects it?
Would you be able to just do it with the...
Other than my sitting position, not really. I'll disconnect and reconnect.
Oh, because now I can hear you.
I think it's sitting position. I think okay.
It's like if he's leaning away from the mic, then yeah.
Do you have a mic? Do you have a stand mic or a headphone mic?
I have a computer mic and nothing
That's
else.
why.
Yeah.
That could be why.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, you gotta lean forward when you talk or just talk. Yeah, sorry. Pardon my Pardon my. It's inaudible sometimes.
Yep. All right. Yeah.
Anyways, what did you say
says,
exactly was your situation?
I am a traveler, as you can tell by the fact that I'm not in the water right now.
Ah, yes, I see. I don't see many Assail out in their more clear forms. They are usually blending in a bit more. I appreciate your swagger. For you,
seafood
Company, so
for you, perhaps. I have this little buddy here in the bowl. A little bit of a ravenous fellow. This one is. He is a quipper. Just straight up a quipper. A bit on the aggressive side, but you know, they're pleasant to look at and always ready to eat.
while I very much appreciate the sentiment of having something from the ocean, I'm going to be traveling overland quite a bit more, I believe.
All right.
It might be better to look for something like a frog or a mud skipper.
Well, if you're going to be staying in the area, fortunately it is humid enough typically around this time of year that you'd be able to... Sorry?
Or a seal, but I don't think that you would have one of those. They're a bit on the exotic.
A seal is a little bit large to keep in the shop. The biggest thing I have here is an old retired war dog that got sold off to me. Good boy he is, but getting on in the years. Not long left, but he's a happy pup.
7 days to live.
Don't tell him that.
He watched the video. He watched the video, guys. He watched the
no!
video.
Boss fight. Secret boss fight. Dog Sadako.
Dog Sadako.
Anyways, sorry. So yeah, the biggest thing I have here is the old Mastiff. He's a bit gray around the lips, but he's a good boy. I also have, a weasel.
For Crusher Wave.
I have a few amphibians, actually. I have a couple of salamanders of various sorts. Although do not take them by the ocean, they will die.
Perhaps you have an otter, maybe?
That could be another one.
An otter, you say? You know, I don't keep otters, but I could probably get one, actually. There are otters on the islands. Interesting. You know what? An otter. If you give me like 3 days, I could probably secure an otter. I'd have to have somebody go and catch it from the wild, of course, so it would not exactly be tame per se. I don't breed otters, and I don't really know of anybody who does. But I might be able to hook you up with one.
I would be willing to help find one as well.
Well, I know a couple of the, there are a couple bodies of water inland with fresh water that may hold some of the, Alright, so we have regular otters I have seen. I also have actually seen, and this might pique your interest if you're the traveling type, I understand in my experience,
Dire
many
otter.
travelers... Sorry?
No, I just laughed at the thought of a dire otter.
Many travelers have come through here, and many of them
Actually, has a
seeking
stat
pets.
block. Sorry.
I'm looking at this right now.
There are otters that grow on the islands with a little crystal growing out of the top of their heads like a little horn. And they emit shocks of static electricity to catch prey. Just electric otters. They're very, very cute, people say, and the more adventurous type folk tend to be attracted to them. I could secure one, but they are a little pricey at about 150 gold to properly secure one and get it trained to not shock you all the time, as they tend to be a little bit antsy. But they are quite fun at parties. And good with children, as long as your children are in some way resistant to electrical shocks.
As long as your children are wearing full rubber armor.
Rubber gloves will do. For the price that... Sorry?
I turn over 200 gold and say, the rest of them are on the house. It's just wonderful.
Oh!
The rest of the other 50 is for
Oh!
procuring it, and also because it's nice to see a familiar face.
Oh, yes.
Or at least,
Of course.
well, not a familiar face, but it's nice to see another sea folk.
Yes. It is always pleasant. Up here, I usually get many more of the... And she kind of looks over at the rest of the party. She smiles and nods. More land-oriented folk.
That was just the
It is
tiniest
always
bit
nice.
racist.
Sir, I'm not... Are you saying that out loud?
One sec.
What did he say?
He's like, that's
Tiniest bit
racist.
I do not. The role. I do not.
Okay. Anyways,
Maybe I
and
think
she
he wrote
she
something.
indicates to you that yes, it is nice to see another sea folk. I will note to all of you that you do not see as many sea folk as you move further away from the pier. As many of them live directly by the water if possible.
Well, it makes sense.
Or don't live on shore at all and are residents of the Undersea Kingdom.
Are there any?
Sorry?
Are there any other cool exotic like animal type stuff? other than
And she
the-
mentions, well, this frog spits balls of fire sometimes. I've seen it. And she points to a glass cage. And you can't actually see into the glass cage because the glass is covered in scorch marks from the inside. And she says, so that's an interesting one. I haven't been able to sell it on account of the fire, but that's an interesting one. I also have, where are you, little one? Come here. Here, there you are. And she goes behind one of the desks, and you hear, like, a dragging sound, and, like, little tippity taps of, like, chitin on wood, and she's just like, no crawling back under. Come here, you cheeky little creature. And she hoists up and puts on the counter a about a foot wide crab that also has a sort of like snail shell shape to its main body. It's like a hermit crab, but it like splits out like a cone. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's sort of a very long creature. But it's basically just, we'll call it a snail crab. This is a Coptilus. They are delightful little things that spit bubbles all over the place, and just look at those little eyes. It's got a little creepy crab face, and its mouth is slowly bubbling as it stares at you. Bubbles are just slowly pouring down the counter.
For Siegfried, its stare is terrifying.
And she's like, it is a little on the heavier side. This thing weighs like 10 pounds, but it is.
Siegfried in having a death stare contest. Have a stare contest.
Hey. Siegfried, do you?
Yep.
All right, you begin to stare. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
You just hear "Can you feel the love tonight" in the background?
Don't tell me you lost the staring contest.
14.
14. You go ahead and stare at the creature, and you notice two of its little. It has two little fuzzy hands. That it reaches down to the bubbles and gathers up bubbles and then wipes them over its eyes and continues staring at you.
He cheated. Oh my god.
He cheated.
And then, as you stare at it for a little while, it raises up the shell behind it a little bit on the little bit of, like, material that it has behind it on the little bit of shell. And eventually it, like, slaps, like it slaps the shell down on the table multiple times and, like, raises up its pincers at you, like, in an aggressive stance. And the woman is just like, oh, no. Oh, calm down, little one. And she kind of pets the shell a little bit and, like, taps it a little. And the creature, like, calms down a little bit and slowly lowers its pincers and continues to stare at you and wipe its eyes with the little fuzzy fins.
They're just.
Side note, that was extremely unsettling for anybody who saw it. If any of you have seen a crab suddenly, like, move...
Does it have a knife?
It does not have a knife, but you could give it a knife.
You could give it a knife.
Peace was never an option.
So yeah, this little...
Are you just determined to roll the most intimidation checks of any campaign ever?
He is, dude.
He's gonna bitch this crab.
What did I call this thing? A cordis?
I think
Something similar.
It was a
Coptidus.
Yeah,
Guys,
that's it.
Siegfried's gonna make this crab his bitch.
Coptidus. And I'm gonna describe it in my notes as a long
What size category is it?
hermit. Small.
Is this,
Or no, not small. The one under small. Tiny.
Very
Tiny?
It's only a foot long.
Oh.
It's like a cat. It's like the size of a cat.
It's
That Moxie.
That's kind of big for
that's
a
a
crab.
coconut
Yes,
crab.
it's fucking huge for a crab. That's why she said it's so
Alright.
heavy.
Siegfried's gonna rub his fingers together to represent, like, how much money is it?
And she's like, well, this one has been bubbling on my shoes all day, so I'm okay with getting rid of it for a little bit less. The initial cost is not so much an issue so much as feeding it. It does require fresh fish in order to actually properly eat, or fresh fish, other crabs, or any kind of... Its favorite food is cephalopods, any kind of octopi or squids or any of those sorts of things. So that's kind of where the main gold cost is going to come from. This creature itself is only 10 gold.
So it's cannibal, is what you're saying.
I mean, that's
Many
just a
animals
crab.
are.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong. I'm not that's trying to sound mean or anything.
Cannibalism only really applies to humanoids.
Yeah.
The rest is just survival.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Does she have any special salamanders when he's done purchasing his new level?
Sure. Siegfried, will you be buying the Coptidus?
Yeah.
This is fucking Buddy. What you mean? It was destiny. They were meant to be. So you're just gonna like carry it on your shoulder? That's what I imagined. You just both stare at each
You guys,
other.
what's the most terrifying?
Yo,
fish
that's like
crab
double intimidation right there.
Side note, everybody, this thing, where are you putting it? Just on your shoulder?
Yeah.
This thing is fucking horrifying.
Yo, you have to make a chair for it on your shoulder. I will forge it. I will forge
Hey,
the
you
shit
guys,
out of that.
you guys seen an actually kind of terrifying type of crab?
Yes, all crabs look terrifying.
No, like here you go. This is a spider crab.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
we've all
crab
seen the
looks
spider
crabs
crab.
are disgusting.
Dude, apparently it's actually very tasty.
Yeah, totally delicious.
Are you gonna eat your Coptidus?
Oh no.
I hope that's not a real animal or a sex thing.
The Coptidus?
Yeah.
How do you spell what you put it as?
Coptidus.
Tidus. There's a Coptidus. What the fuck?
Coptidus rhizoma sounds like a skin disorder.
Looking at online. Oh, it's a type of. What the fuck? It's
Also known as
it's a
Huang
root.
Lian. It's a rhizome.
It's a plant. It's a plant.
You're fine.
Oh
Okay,
my
that's
God.
fine.
Is that your is that the crab basically? Like the size similarities?
Yeah, it's like half that size and not as bulky, but just to show you why crabs are scary.
Shoot,
Is that a
coconut crab.
coconut crab?
That is a coconut crab, yes.
Damn,
Coconut crabs are goddamn
that's some
terrifying.
good meat. Or is it vicious?
She
spiders
says,
of the
now,
ocean.
these are delicious. You will want to specify to people that it is not to eat, and it is a pet.
I see.
You
Yes.
see the crab walking right next to us the
That's
whole
gonna
time.
be hard for me.
Oh, of course.
The crab's speed is slow.
This thing's gonna always be on his shoulder. What do you mean?
However, Siegfried, it is very firmly gripped onto your shoulder.
So it won't
that's,
fall off.
that's fine.
It's basically locked on there.
That's fine.
It
You
beats
basically-
its shell against your back a little bit,
you
and
know
like
what this
raises
means,
its
right?
claws up.
Does it make a drumming sound?
Well, skin on skin, like.
If I train him to make a beat, it's gonna be my war drum.
If you
Oh,
put a little
yeah.
symbol on your back, or a little piece of metal, yeah, that would work.
Oh.
Like,
So yeah, I apologize. Zen, you were looking for cool salamanders?
I got my girlfriend. I'm fine.
Zen, she mentions for salamanders, I have quite a few salamanders, some of the standard
Wait,
variety.
I just realized something, guys.
What's up?
Siegfried now has another weapon for staring.
Yeah,
Naturally.
that was the whole point.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Will he get advantage on his stairs
No.
with the crab? Damn it.
the crab
But
cannot
it'll-
assist unless it is a magical familiar.
Well, it would just be staring in general because it's always staring.
Yeah.
So like it's just like you
It's
see
just
two people
creepy as
staring at
hell.
him instead. Yeah.
It's definitely an extremely unsettling creature. Anyways, so Zen, you were asking about salamanders?
If they had any like special salamanders, like ones that won't die super easy from, not being in water all the time, or not necessarily water, but not being in
Salt
the
water.
dampest
And she
environment.
specifies, as you describe your requirements, salt water is usually what ends up killing them. If salt water touches them, they shrivel up like a dried tomato.
Anything that won't do that.
I do... Oh, no. Alright, so I don't know if you're gonna like this. But here goes anyways. I don't know if it's good for your lifestyle. It does... okay, here, fine, sorry. And she goes ahead and goes over to the amphibians that she has, and she reaches in and grabs one. And it is about 6 inches long, but it's a heavy-looking creature. Sort of this dark grayish brown, or a dark blackish brown creature. Its skin seems to, like, come up in folds around the edges, and it seems to, have a very flat head. And she it's basically a little baby Japanese giant salamander. Do you know the type?
Yes, I know the type.
So it's like a baby version of that.
Oh.
Goddamn crab dance.
I think you said the
Fucking
wrong thing,
Tyler.
man. I know.
How does he? Oh, because he saw the crab you posted. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, so yeah. Stop. And she. And she. Fuck. I can't stop fucking looking at it now. It looks like it's fucking squaring up to fight me. Sorry, everybody. This is in Discord. They're posting pictures of crabs. I'm gonna go back over to the Roll20.
I have two monitors. So I'm looking at both D&D and Discord.
Ah, lucky you. Okay, so anyways.
Fuck yeah.
Sorry. Okay, we're getting a little distracted here. Anyways, she says, this creature is, it's considered typically immoral to sell these, but, like, I mean, you can go for it if you're going to be traveling and you are up to the responsibility. This is a multiplier salamander. They call it that because it grows exponentially. How big it gets depends on how much food it is given. I have been feeding it insects, which is why it is this size. You note that it is relatively large for a lizard at 6 inches. And she says, depending on what you feed it and how much you feed it, here's the thing. This is a magical creature, so I have to charge a relatively high price for them, unfortunately, as they can be used... they can be abused in such a way that they grow very, very large. Like, eat horses large. Like, they are... Like... Okay, this creature right here costs 500 gold. I'm just gonna say it outright. That is to pay for some also legal
insurance?
Liability. Yeah, there's part of an insurance thing I have to fill out if I sell it. It's a whole thing. Literally 400 gold goes towards the insurance, actually. The creature is 100 gold, then the $400 is for all the insurance we have to fill out.
Yeah, I'm okay. I don't need a liability like that.
Yeah, me neither. And she laughs as she puts it back down into the jar and kind of looks at it
eyes to me?
as it hungrily eyes one of the other lizards, and she kind of pushes it gently away.
Siegfried wants to see its eyes, he said.
But yeah, so as far as big or special salamanders, that's it. I just have some standard fare. We have the black and red one. She says the real names of the salamanders. I don't know them. The black and red ones, the black and yellow ones, some red ones.
Okay. And the toad is...
Sorry, just going over the ones that I know off the top of my head.
Fire-bellied salamander, that's what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the toad the only fire thing that she has? Like, thing that produces fire?
She's like, oh, you want more? Okay,
This is my last question.
Of course. And I'm always happy to help. Perhaps... fire, huh?
Or something that's good for a blacksmith, essentially.
Oh, interesting. So you're into the blacksmithing life.
That's why I have not stopped looking at the sword since I've entered the store.
Okay. I have something that is the opposite of good for a blacksmith.
Don't tell him. I think I know what it is.
Your guess is probably correct. I do have some eggs that I've been trying to get rid of. For a cluster of rust monsters.
Burn them.
I was given them because someone was trying to prevent them from being killed, and I honored their wish, and a couple have already hatched. I keep them in the basement.
That is a liability even greater than your salamander. This is a risk.
I know, but...
If it gets out, they just one can destroy a town. Think of all the swords it'll break.
I know, but I have my own methods for dealing with it if it becomes problematic. They're still young right now. They're only about a foot long. Foot and a half, maybe 2 feet long.
You see Leon's trident? You see Leon like tap his trident a bit, just making sure it's still fine.
All of the fish in the store look at it all of a sudden.
I didn't.
Yeah, I have a trident. I picked the trident because like it's long range, so yeah. Like...
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Wait, I might be thinking of something else. Is crud.
The fish command.
I was thinking of the other campaign where they have a trident and fish command. Sorry, never mind. The fish are normal.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm in 2 campaigns. Somebody has a trident and fish command in the other campaign.
I wish I had a trident and fish command. That'd be so awesome. Oh,
who'd we lose?
Shylvie, he's back.
He back. Welcome.
All right. Well.
Okay, I really want a trident and fish command, please.
So Zen is now afraid of this store, and he's going to back away.
Okay. I will decanonize all of the fish. Look at them, but you're in reference to the rust monster, I assume.
Yes, I'm referencing the rust monsters.
Yeah.
That
And she says, "No, they're not. They're not that bad at all." You hear a thumping from the basement.
I will
One
not
sec.
tell anyone what you have here, but you're in danger.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine. They're friendly. As long as they are not hungry, they are completely fine.
I'm just tapping just to make the sound.
Wait, are you tapping your trident on the floor?
No, this is like their feet type of thing.
No, it sounds like human footsteps. They're heavy creatures.
Okay. Yeah.
Shylvie, was there anything that you saw that you wanted to buy?
Motion with his hands. How much money?
Wait, Siegfried, didn't I already tell you?
No, he's talking about for the
rust monsters now.
And she says,
he wants to fuck with Zen.
and she says, those are about 2,000 gold each.
Oh.
They can destroy any metal that isn't magical.
Exactly.
Just by touching them.
And it's 2,000. That
Zen,
sense.
go ahead and roll a history check for me or a nature check.
Thank fucking God, I got higher than a 10.
With advantage. As somebody who's interested in smithing, you might know about this.
I got a dirty 20.
Yeah, you know exactly what a rust monster is. You've heard horror stories from other people in the smithing industry.
Even you might have encountered one once in your life.
You haven't encountered one, but you have heard horror stories.
Yeah.
That's why he's terrified.
Entire smithies completely emptied.
But yeah, Shylvie, was there anything that he said that you'd be interested in?
The electric.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
You already gave her the gold for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'm sorry. I got distracted by all the animal stuff. Made it longer than it had to be. My bad,
it's
guys.
okay. This was pretty much a shopping episode, and that's okay. You get those every so often. I will say, guys, for reference, I think we're ahead of literally everyone else.
Oh, of course we are. I don't see like anyone ever communicating mostly about it.
Yeah, exactly. I've been trying to talk to
I think the only people who've actually like done a campaign was Tyler's group, I think.
Yeah, so I'll keep in touch with Tyler and we'll make sure everything is lined up. But I'm pretty sure that, first of all, I think our group meets the most consistently, and secondly, oh wait, they're gonna hear all this.
Yeah.
Whoops!
It's fine. It's fine.
Anyway, sorry, Tyler.
We're not talking ish. It's just.
Fuck off, Tyler.
No,
Let's just move on.
don't. He's the
Let's
mega
move on to
DM.
story stuff. Let's move on to
Fuck
story
off, Tyler.
stuff.
I was gonna be a DM.
Trash talk him.
That's true. Don't.
Fuck. Actually, you took my spot.
Okay. What?
Let's
Yeah,
just
I used
move
to be- I
on,
was gonna be
guys.
DM.
Let's just
Well,
move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay. I'll talk about that.
Anyways, so you all go about your shopping. Shylvie, in 3 days. One sec. Write this down on your sheet as well. I'm writing it down in my notes. 3 days. Did I call them anything, or did I just call them electric otters?
Electric otters.
Call
That's
them
what you call them.
electric otters.
All right,
because
keeping
they're
it
electric
simple.
eels mixed with otters.
Leave it. Let it go. Let it go, Raheem. Let it go.
Yeah, so she needs time to acquire that. She says, "Oh, my name is Miriua, by the way, Mirriua. Miriua. So that is, I believe, all our business. I have to go for a minute. I will see you all in a little bit." And she reaches under the counter and grabs 2 iron ingots, and you see her go downstairs.
Zen reaches toward towards the ingots. No. They were so young.
Stop! She like raises her hands and like
Oh, no,
leans
I'm
them
not-
away
I'm
from
not
you.
actually gonna-
I
I'm
need
actually gonna
these.
gra-
You
No,
know
no,
that
no,
I
no.
need these, boy.
No, I wasn't actually gonna reach. I wasn't actually taking them.
Oh,
I
you
was
were
just
joking?
reaching out longingly, like no.
Oh, okay. Just behind
Yeah,
her
no.
as she goes.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Those are hers.
Gotcha.
He's not that far gone.
Okay.
Alright. The
So-
sword was his though.
We reach the evening.
Do you guys want to wrestle? Oh, I already asked Shylvie. Shylvie said no.
I have to go watch a wrestling match.
We have 30
Leon.
minutes before 11 o'clock. How late are you guys willing to go tonight?
I'm a
Dude,
goddamn adult.
I am way behind your time. So.
That is true, so he is pretty much set.
I'm a
I can go
goddamn
until
adult.
11 o'clock.
Only till 11?
I could go until 1, honestly.
You know what, guys? You knock on the door of the adjacent building to the waves crash.
Fuck yeah.
A little slot opens in the door, and you hear a low, grumbly voice say, "What do you need?"
It's time to crash.
Oi, Gorka. It's time to crash, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. I'll let, 1 sec. And he slides it in. You hear a couple latches unlock, and he opens the door a crack, and you see, leaning down from the ceiling, a ogre, is actually leaning in the doorway and says, "In you go. Make it quick." And he sort of steps out of the way and lets you guys in. Side note, I did say ogre.
I'm not racist.
I know, but I'm
don't
just
judge.
saying, you have all not seen an ogre around ever that has not been terribly aggressive. This is unusual, but a pleasant
Seems cool.
surprise. Sorry?
He
Especially
seems
me,
cool.
right?
Sorry?
Zen.
Oh, I said he seems cool.
I said especially me, right?
Leon. The Skynets have had to deal with some
Many
ogres coming in from the woods and attempting to steal people or animals to eat. So yes.
So I'm on guard a bit.
Yeah. This is slightly unsettling for you, but he is wearing a little top hat. And when you see that, all of your fears are alleviated. He sort of lifts the top hat as you come in and says, "Enjoy." And you see an orc leaning up against the back wall in full plate armor. And he's just looking off and kind of thumbs you all towards a door at the back of the room. You all walk through.
Here to watch.
Sorry?
Shylvie's just here to watch.
Yes.
She is completely wrestling.
I saw that photo. I'm like, yes.
It's very cute.
I need to see this.
Where do we go to get ready? I guess I asked.
The side, the orc. Ah, God help me. The orc speaks up and says, "There's changing rooms off to the side. Crasher will stop in a minute and he'll tell you what's up. I think it's just about time for him to come down." And
Where
you
do we
all
place that?
go in, and now if you would hop on to roll 20, my friends, if you weren't already.
Alright. It is roll 20 time.
Yes, indeed. You all arrive. Before you is what appears to be a huge underground area. There are several crates on the edges that I didn't add in the crowd. Just there's about like 16, 17 people down here, all sitting on the various crates and standing about and talking. Some are sharing drinks that they may have carried over from the adjacent tavern. And you see several doors on the edges of the area aside from where you came in. And you see over here let me get my notes. Okay, it moved on me. A person, a little on the, about like 5'2"-ish, but wearing a pelt over their head and shoulders and back of what appears to be like a mixture of a fox and a black bear. Kind of a weird, unique animal to be wearing as a pelt. And wearing a metal half mask depicting a wolf's toothy smile. And they have sort of, in the parts of their face that you can see beneath the teeth of the skinned animal and the metal mask, sort of light, gentle eyes. And they wave you over and thumb back towards the door. As you all approach, this person says through their metal mask, "Name's Kaiser Knox. Pleasure to meet you all. I'm one of the folks who's going to be fighting tonight. We got 3 folks lined up. I'm the last one. The other 2 are already in their own rooms over on the side there. Wave told me you 4 are pretty much all together, right? Are you going to be fighting individually, or is this going to be a tag team situation?"
I am not participating. Wait, fighting as in how? Like weapons or just fists?
Wrestling.
Wrestling. I am not participating. I'll just watch.
Alrighty, sounds good.
I'll probably bid or if anything of the sorts, but I won't fight. I can't.
All right. Well, we do have 3 competitors up, so it could be we could do a tag team match if you'd like, or we could do
It's me and the big guy over here, and we were gonna
right.
do a tag team thing and individual fights if they were available.
Okay, well, we'll see what we have time for tonight. Would you like to start off with a tag team match or some solo fights?
I look towards Siegfried.
He just stares back.
So I put up. I do this. I put 2 fingers in one hand. Up. I put both my hands up. One has 2 fingers. One has 1 finger. It's up to you, big guy.
He throws rock.
He throws a rock?
He throws a rock.
Oh, I see. All right. So I turn and I'm like, tag team it is. Tag team first. Did
all
I
right
go out
then,
again?
tag team it is.
Oh.
If that's the case, we could probably fit in 1 match tonight. If I think we have one of the healers here, so we might be able to get
I
in
can
2
heal.
rounds. How's that sound?
I can also heal people.
Oh, okay, that's always good. Yeah, sure then. That could work then. Okay, probably we'll run 2 rounds then tonight. Just get everybody in the mood. It's been a little while. So everybody's kind of got to grease the wheels here, and hopefully we'll spread the word around town if this gets popular again. Oh, I have missed this. I really have. Alright, I'll go tell the other folks to get ready, and in about 10 minutes we'll start the first match. And
Okay.
Kaiser, they say again, name's Kaiser Knox, or at least that's what you'll be calling me here. Alright, I'll see you all in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Do you do anything to prepare? As you enter the room, there is a menagerie of fabrics, costumes, masks, props, various things, all along the walls. Anything that your heart could desire. As far as fabric materials go, there's scissors and tape and stitchings and all sorts of things.
Well, we're supposed to be the Gorgon, so we can either go with a snake theme or like a refractive theme.
Radial hair.
Say again?
Radial's hair.
Ooh, yeah, into like little snake things.
Yes, that is what you should do.
We have long hair.
Zen doesn't know how to braid.
I think Shylvie does.
That is correct.
Zen, do you have long hair?
It's not short. It's like he doesn't really deal with his hair much. He usually just ties it back. So
you've got a little bit to work with.
Yeah.
All right, and Siegfried also has long hair, so.
Nice. You giving him dreads?
Shylvie just braids up their hair into a bunch of snake-looking things and ties them off in a way so that it actually looks like there's snake heads at the end of each of them.
Nice. Okay, you could either roll a sleight of hand or a general intelligence check for me.
Alright. Let's see.
Whatever's higher.
Is there any way to help him?
Alright.
Siegfried, you're the one who said helping?
Yeah.
I would say, Siegfried, I don't think you would be able to help with this specific task. You might be able to help with something else, though.
All right.
Just let me know what you ended up getting.
Modded 20.
Ooh, guys, your hair, I don't know
19,
how...
and I've got a +3.
Diggity dang. I don't know how they're able to do it, but Shylvie is able to get your hair to kind of stand up a little bit and, like, stay up slightly in the little snakehead braids that they've created. You guys look like you have a bunch of little hair snakes.
Copper wire inside of the braids.
Yeah, exactly, and there's plenty of wire here.
And I guess other than that, I'll just wear like a mask that like covers just the bottom of my face.
Cool.
And I'll wear a mask that covers everything but my eyes.
All right. Nice. Very cool. All right, so you guys are all set. Y'all are up in this area. I'll say Shylvie and
Wait,
huh?
I have a question.
What's up?
Is there bedding?
Yeah.
It's about a minute before things are starting up, and eventually Crasher Wave pokes his head into the fitting room, looks y'all up and down, and says, "Oh, you guys look so good. I'm so proud. Hey, listen, just coming in to say, and I'm gonna say it to the other guys too, we're going for non-lethal tonight. Very important. We don't want any little bit of blood shed is fine, but we don't want anybody dying out there, okay?"
Boo.
Is there any rules against magic or anything like that?
If it's entertaining, do whatever you want.
Oh, no.
As long as it's good for the crowd. If you just blow people up with a fireball in the first 6 seconds, that's generally frowned upon.
I see.
You will win, but it's frowned upon.
A mechanic of this fight is that if you are going to be casting a magical spell, you either have to give it a big name and shout it out, and actually Wake will just straight up say this. He says, if you're going to go casting spells, make it like a special move or like something like that, or just make a real big show of it for the crowd, okay? That's my only condition. Basically, you have to make a performance check if you're going to be casting spells on yourself during the match.
Has the bidding started yet?
And as Crasher leaves, Nox sticks their masked face in and says, Hey guys, if you want to place bets now, now is the time. The fighters themselves can't place bets, but if anybody else
see.
wants to place bets, you can come see me by the entrance. Fighters, stay in here. Any other participants, come out and see me real quick, okay?
Fuck yeah, I'm in.
All right. So I'm gonna give
I will pass on the betting.
Yeah, they close the
give
door
you-
behind them, and now you can do whatever you want.
or I'm gonna give Leon 100 gold to bet.
I'm gonna give him my last 15 gold, and I'm gonna hand him my sword and be like, "Protect this with your life."
Go ahead and please write your bets down and roll 20 for me if you would kindly.
So I'm gonna write. So I'm gonna write a bet for 100.
And who you are betting on, and who you are betting on.
We're betting on
So,
us.
Is it okay if I use all their? I'm using all that gold they gave me plus another 50, so 200 gold basically.
Please
on
write
that.
down your individual bets.
Basically,
Shylvie, are you going to be betting today?
I will not.
Shylvie
don't-
doesn't believe in us.
Okay.
Wait, doesn't Siegfried and Zen can't bet?
Yeah, well, we're giving
Well-
you our gold to bet for
I
us.
bet one
Okay.
silver point against them.
Please write that in the chat for me.
All right, in the Arcanautus.
No,
Yeah.
no, in the roll 20.
Oh, yeah.
Because
no, roll
we're
20.
using the roll 20 now.
So basically, I'm gonna accumulate their gold with what I'm gonna put in. I'm gonna write that down. Okay. Is it okay if I bet on both teams but separate amounts, or no?
That's usually
is that a
frowned
thing in
upon.
betting?
You're brokering it through the same person, so kind of not. So
Okay.
you go up to Kaiser Knox, and they're like, I mean, I
never-
can't
never
really
mind.
have you bet on both sides.
Never-
It's only
never
really
mind, never
one
mind.
bid per person.
Never mind. I was asking this because I thought Shylvie was part of Siegfried and Zen, so I was like, that's what I'm talking about. But basically, I am doing 150 gold. I'm running down for the team.
Wait,
Wait,
what
wait.
about our gold?
I mean, that's what I'm putting in.
No, dude, I said keep everything separate.
Yeah. He said individuals.
Keep everything separate.
Oh, okay. The
So I think we have everybody, right?
wait.
100 from Jason, 15 from Zen, 100 on the group. Okay, so Leon, you're upping your bet.
No, scratch the 100. Scratch the 100.
Okay.
I'm broke and I only have 200s. I don't want to spend.
Only have 200.
Okay, that's fine. You
Well,
you go to hand
wanna ma-
you go to hand the the wolf mouth masked creature cloaked individual 100 gold, and then think better of it and hand him a significantly smaller pouch of 50 gold. Okay. He says, alrighty. So, if you win, you get 1.5 times the amount. That said, if you lose, you don't get anything. So, that's kind of the situation for the bets. Alright, folks?
And so we're not just grappling, right? We're also dealing damage like through melee and stuff, just to confirm.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah,
Indeedy.
basically, it's, first ones to be, down on the floor for, 3 rounds. From the DM saying this. If you're stuck on the ground for 3 rounds, that's an out. Or if you get knocked unconscious, that's a KO. So, either way works.
Either way works. Basically, you just hold the guy down for 3 rounds. You're fine.
Yep, but it is I believe you're doing a doubles match, so pretty much just go for KOs in this case. Usually the, hold downs tend to be a little bit, anticlimactic.
Okay.
Alright.
Wait. I want to make a joke. Signature move. Choke him out. Ah.
Haha. Alright, so we begin. Okay, so, alright, folks. You see a tiefling in the corner stand up on a crate, next to, Crasher Wave. Crasher Wave, he leans down, Crasher Wave whispers something into his ear, and Crasher Wave, begins to leave out the way you all came in. He looks back, looks at the ring, and you see a single tear stream down his masked face as a big ol' smile spreads across his lips. He sees Team Gorgon as they begin to exit, and he gives them a nod. And then you guys look over to the other doors, and you see the other two competitors exit. And boy, are they wow.
They're fat.
Nope. I'll tell you exactly what they look like in just a moment. In the red corner, we have and he would have asked you guys ahead of time. How would you like to be announced?
Like, does he want our like individual names?
Team Gorgons, and then you could do individual names, where you're from, like what's your 2-sentence spiel?
Oh, the blacksmith that's ready to give a beating. Let's go with that. And then just my name, I guess.
You're also gonna have to tell him mine.
Oh, and the silent killer, Siegfried the Great.
In the red corner, we have Siegfried the Great and the blacksmith who's ready to give a beating, Zen, on Team Gorgons. In the other corner, we have... Climbing into the ring is the largest man you've ever seen.
I hate this.
He towers above you all, probably about 7 feet tall, an absolute fucking mountain of muscle, wearing nothing but a loincloth, and the skin that he was born with. Maybe most of it is stretched out over the sheer quantity of muscles rippling beneath the surface.
Is it just me or is the announcement into the guy?
And his tag team partner, what is essentially a live bodybuilder, like think MMA, gentleman whose head is an anglerfish, hops into the ring and sort of raises his fists and twiddles his dangler, his lure. I'm sorry. What was his name again? One sec.
Gross.
No.
Gross.
And Deep Sea Demisa. All right, competitors. Let's get ready to rumble.
I whispered to Sylvie.
Copyrighted.
Let's get ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, actually, that line is copyrighted.
Yeah,
Legit.
fuck, damn it. Now we're gonna get sued. Anyways.
I whispered to Shylvie, I think I played it wrong. Yeah, just like a slight whisper. Not even
the anglerfish head person, about like 5'6", a mouse of a person next to this hulking, massive form next to them.
I'm just fat.
He's not fat. It's
muscle.
all muscle.
He went into like a very perverse description of his muscles.
Yeah, I know.
It's ludicrous how muscular he is.
Alright.
Anyways, so everybody roll initiative except those who are watching.
So, is this like there are 2 people in the ring, or is there 4 people in the ring?
It's a tag. There's 4 people in the ring. It's a tag team fight.
Alright.
So I'll be playing some Pokemon right now, so see you guys later. I'm joking.
Don't you dare. I'm gonna make this as entertaining as possible. Let me get out my notes so I can take initiative, because I don't know how to use the Roll20
I might be playing Pokemon, but I am definitely going to be listening to this at any occasion, because I can pause Pokemon.
Are you legit playing Pokemon?
Well, I was playing Pokemon earlier. I wanted to play it.
I'll kill you dead.
You really shouldn't do that in the middle of D&D games, and I will always discourage it.
Well, am I fighting? Am I interacting in any way?
No, I understand though. Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Just keep your ears out, please.
Oh, of course. I can't. I'm gonna listen to it as best I can.
Anyways, I'm trying
It's still my
to.
friend's fighting.
Oh, that's
I'm
a
still
plus
gonna
4.
listen to
Shit,
it.
never mind. Oh nope, I was looking at the wrong stat.
It's like when someone's giving a long speech.
Oh,
You
of
wanna
course, of
listen to it.
course.
Whenever
sometimes-
I hear someone start a long speech, I always pull up my DS to start playing Pokemon. What? What about you, whack boy?
Exactly, man.
Okay, so Zen is 18. Sig.
And I don't have a DS. I'm putting an emulator instead.
Oh, don't
Oh.
say that. Don't say you're doing that.
Oh no,
You
that's
you
illegal.
mean you legally purchased the game?
Well,
No.
technically, you can emulate it on.
I moved my file to the actual game from actual game.
What?
Cool.
I was able to
Okay, let's
transfer
move
my
on.
file.
Anyways, Deep Sea. I always forget their second title. Deep Sea Demisa is first in the order. They rush forward towards Zen, who is the clearly more in his weight class. And he runs up to you.
The hell? I'm muscular. What the hell? I'm a blacksmith. I'm gonna beat him.
You're the same kind of muscular he is.
Damn.
He's going to go ahead and use he's going to spin towards you and come at you with a heavy right hook. That is a natural 20.
Oh no.
It was a
all right.
heavy right hook.
It
I
was.
see.
You notice he has claws, but he's keeping them down and actually hitting you with his fist. So, just as a side note, that is a
see.
natural 20, I believe. So it's just 2, plus his strength modifier, which is that much. Okay, so you take 6 damage.
The fuck? God. Ugh. I'm like, oh, this fishman just clocked me. What the?
He screams at you. Next up in the turn order is Siegfried. Okay, by the way, the fat one is huge. The small one is the other guy. Deep Sea.
All right.
I look at Siegfried. Yo, this fishman about to catch these hands.
I'm gonna. I have to rage for that.
In this situation, raging's probably a good idea.
It's a very good idea.
All right, so I'm gonna rage, and then I'm gonna go. Sock the little guy.
Siegfried enters a rage
Stomp on
and
him.
clobbers the little guy. Go ahead and make your attack roll. I believe, or yeah.
Fuck him up.
All
Are you reckless attacking?
right. No. I don't think that'd be a good idea here. So I rolled a 16.
A 16, you say? That hits. Go ahead and this was with your fist?
Yeah.
Yes. So it is 1 plus your strength modifier. What is plus your rage bonus. So what is that?
So it's 1 plus 4, it's 2, so it's 7.
You deal 7 damage. You clock him across his fish face. And he blubbers, and you actually see a big sharp tooth go flying out of the ring. And one of his eyes is swollen shut, and his big old fish face is bruised. The little fins on his face flap in disdain as he goes. Yeah. Good hit. Anything else, or is that it?
That's it.
All right. Next up in the turn order is Zen.
May I put a song on?
That's probably not a good idea.
I'd rather you didn't.
It's gonna
Might be a
probably mess up
copyrighted
our
song.
mic.
Yeah, I already said the big. Let's get ready to. So I'd rather not risk it if that's okay.
Well, they won't take it down. They're just gonna be like, okay, we're taking the money.
Just
I'd rather we didn't.
it's also gonna
It's
mess up the
also
mic.
I can barely hear people as is. And also you're not playing, so it shouldn't matter, right?
Yes.
Mister, I'm playing Pokemon.
Ooh,
Hey, I am
darn.
listening to all of you what you're saying.
Of course. Anyways, moving on. Zen,
So-
it is your
so
turn.
what-
Zen.
Zen's gonna be like, "Oh, I see. That's how it's gonna be. All right, let's do this." So, can I climb up on top of the
You absolutely
the ring?
can, and I encourage it.
So I climb up. Would that invoke an attack of opportunity?
I'll say no.
Okay. So I'm like, let's do this. So I climb and get on top of that, and then I look at the man and put my fingers to my eyes, and I'm be like, I could see your weakness, and I activate Hunter's Mark.
Ooh, fun. You have which one are you doing it on?
On the little guy.
The little dude. All right, you have Hunter's Mark to the little dude. Is there any
And then-
visual effect for that or no?
I mean,
I don't think there is.
I think my eyes would flash.
Ooh, yeah, your eyes flash green, like the what's the enemy from the Marauder from Doom Eternal? Ching! And your eyes flash green as you're about to do a super move.
And then
I will give you, because that's badass, I'll give you advantage on your next attack. Unless, did Hunter's Mark already grant advantage?
No.
Okay, then I'll give you advantage on this attack because the crowd starts cheering as your eyes glow green.
And then I'm going to jump down and do an arm, like I land down with my arm down on top of him.
Yeah, you're doing an elbow drop?
Yes.
Yeah, do it!
All right.
Advantage!
Fuck him up.
I was supposed to make you roll performance, but I don't care. I'm so into it.
Okay, so I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, that hits super hard. Deal
Alright,
your unarmed
so-
damage.
I gotta roll my Hunter's Mark.
D6.
Nice. Okay, so I dealt 6 damage.
How is he looking?
I'll be right back, you guys. I'm getting some water for this thing. This is
No
fun.
problem, my dude. I probably should have gotten water earlier. He's just barely hanging on. You said 6 damage?
Yeah, 6.
He looks real rough. You come down on and right on his head, and he's like, he smashes down onto the mat and like flops down like a fish. And his teeth actually get stuck in the mat a little bit, and then he has to pull them out, and he slowly staggers back up and kind of leans back a little bit in fear. That
You'll learn.
was truly brutal, my dude.
I said I'd give you a beating.
Indeed, and you certainly did. That was with Hunter's Mark damage, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Next up in the turn order is Huge. Huge, who has been just watching this short interaction, crunches his fist, and, everybody, it's so loud. The fist crack is so loud, as his massive bones click. And he goes ahead and walks up to the most muscular person in the mat, which is, Siegfried, and he brings back his giant fist, which is roughly the size of Zen, and
The hell?
his giant arm. His arm is like a person, and he basically
Oh my god.
reels back and punches you so fucking hard. Okay, or at least he tries to. That's an 18.
Oh, that hits.
Yep. Okay. Huge's fists are big. What was... Okay, it's one of these. Oh, it's a 1 anyways. Alright, you take,
27 damage.
6 damage.
6 damage halved.
6 damage halved, so you take 3 bludgeoning damage as, he pulls his fist back, looks at you, and sort of chuckles and says,
Siegfried's gonna say,
"Your
"You
mass
get like
shall
a
be
girl."
mine, small one."
I thought he only said huge. I thought I thought that was his thing.
This is a different
learned
this
words.
is a different canon.
No, I won't. No.
Fine. He whispers underneath at the end of the sentence, "Huge."
Siegfried's gonna look at him and say, Siegfried.
Huge.
It's a Pokemon.
Okay.
He was right. It is a Pokemon battle.
Top of the turn, order! Deep Sea! Deep Sea's looking rough. He shakes his head, rubs the blood out of his eyes. He's looking. Both of his eyes are swollen shut. One from the fist, one from the elbow. He's panicking.
Hey, Deep Sea, you're looking a little.
He wiggles his thing,
Wonderful.
and it flashes violently. Everybody in the arena, make a Constitution saving throw.
The hell?
Oh boy.
Huge
Shylvie is
passes.
specifically not good at this. Oh, she's gonna be fine.
No.
16.
Shylvie, no. Anybody in the arena. It's a 10-foot radius.
I
15.
rolled a natural 20.
You guys are fine. You cover your eyes as a massive flash of light bursts out of the bioluminescent dangler that he has atop his head. And he sort of wiggles aggressively and like is sort of like cowering a little bit. And that's the end of his turn. Siegfried, you're up.
I'm gonna hit him again.
Are you just gonna hit him? You just gonna punch him good?
I'll punch him real good.
Use
All
some
right.
flair.
I mean,
I will say, Siegfried, if you get some flair going, I'd be more inclined to give you like bonuses and stuff if you need them.
all right. So I'm gonna grapple's an action, right?
What is?
Grapple.
Yeah, it replaces an attack.
All right. I'm gonna try to hit him with a lariat.
Ooh, go for it. You spin around and you go to crack him in the neck right where the weird fish body connects with the man body.
I rolled a 16
That hits. Roll damage.
damage. So
Or I get you're not rolling. That never. Wait, it hits. So you deal how much damage? It's 1 plus your strength mod, so
7.
5.
yeah.
He's raging. So
Oh no.
7.
So
So
and
7.
Deep Sea goes down. And Deep Sea goes down with a lariat from Siegfried. That's 1 KO. Now the dynamic duo can focus their attention on the big boy Huge.
Is he considered
No.
at his hit points being 0?
Yeah, his hit points are at 0, but it's non-lethal damage, so I'll just say he's fine.
Okay, so I can switch my hunter's mark onto huge.
Now Siegfried's gonna point at the big guy.
Yeah. You point at the big guy who's directly in front of you, and your finger touches him because he takes up that much space.
You could say you might be able to say he's
Huge. He's so big.
The sheer mass of this man.
Yeah, yes. Alright, next up in the turn, or I can get rid of Deep Sea. KO! That was Siegfried, I believe. Now Zen is up.
okay. So I'm going to
I'll just get this guy. I'll put him over to the side. I'll put him
Can
on the
I-
ropes.
Can I run to the ropes, bounce off, and fling myself at huge?
What do you, which direction? Like this and then bounce behind him?
Yeah, that can work.
Okay. So you run past him. He's engaged with, Siegfried, Siegfried, so he doesn't bother to do it. And you come from behind with the sick ass. What do you do?
Like I'm using the momentum to just.
You bounce off to land a body blow. Right in the back. You notice there are muscles on his back that should not exist on a human being.
I got a 19.
A 19 easily hits. Go ahead and roll. Or, well, I mean, how much damage do you deal?
I gotta roll my d6. For
Do
my
you?
hunter's mark. For my hunter's
Oh,
mark.
for Hunter's Mark. I'm sorry.
I dealt 5 damage.
5 damage to Huge. Your fist hits him, and the magical effect sort of pierces through him a little bit, and he doesn't stagger at all.
Oh my.
He continues staring down Siegfried. He
Oh,
barely
man.
reacted.
What happened to the guy?
Which one? Deep Sea? Deep Sea got KO'd.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, it's going quick. Now they're just
af-
coming at Huge.
After I hit huge, I say, haha, you scared yet?
You hear a deep rumbling from within Huge. It appears the muscles are laughing at you.
Oh no.
I'm gonna
All
cut
right.
it while watching this.
So, wait, what exactly did you just say?
Me?
No, never, no. Zen.
Oh, I said, are you scared yet?
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. He pretty much ignores you. His muscles laugh at you a little bit. All right, next up in the turn order, that was Zen, right? So is Huge. Huge is going to turn around to you just for a moment and say, "Just a moment, little one. You're next." Huge, as he growls huge as he turns around and comes down like with a top to bottom hammer slam at Siegfried.
Oh wait, I just realized I do additional damage to humanoids.
Which humanoids? You have to choose a race.
No, I don't.
What?
Not for. No,
For
not
humanoid,
for,
when you choose humanoids for your favorite enemy, you choose 2 races.
No. I'm using revised ranger. You just choose humanoids, beast, or another one. I'm using the.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's
It's that broad?
Yeah. It's because it's like more it's like the type of
yeah,
body.
I get it.
Because humanoids would have similar organ placement.
Sure. I'll say sure. So just add it for this one. We'll say the first one, the time has passed, but this one you got it before your turn ended.
The guy's already unconscious, so
yeah, it's fine. So go ahead and tell me what that was.
Damage.
What that number would be?
Extra 2 damage. So it's 7
total.
Altogether.
Thank you very much. I apologize for not being familiar with the revised ranger.
It's whatever.
Okay, so Huge is going to swing around after threatening Zen. That is an 18 plus whatever the fuck to hit Siegfried. All right. That is still not great, but what is his modifier again?
This is very interesting.
Yeah, it's that much. You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, Siegfried. Halved, I believe. Damage everything rounds down, right?
No, rounds up.
Rounds up. So you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, Siegfried.
All right.
Ooh, that's not hard. That's not good.
All right. And Huge chuckles, bellows, growls his name. Huge. Next up in the turn order is Deep Sea Dan. The tiefling who was making the announcements dashes over and kind of drags him off of the ropes and hands him off to a gentleman in robes that you folks saw earlier, cleansing some of the things at the docks. Actually, funnily enough, same cleric. And he kind of pats him on the back and gives him a little bit of juice, and the fish head person shakes his head and sort of looks up and is a little dazed. Sorry?
I said busy guy.
Yeah, apparently. Anyways, so back into the turn order. That was just Huge. Deep Sea is fine. Siegfried, you are up, my dude.
Alright.
You guys are currently flanking Huge. I'll give you advantage on your attacks as you pincer attack this guy.
Right.
Wait, is this crab still there?
I'm gonna try to.
Oh yes, the crab is still on his shoulder, of course.
Oh.
Does it get
I'm
too
trying to
attacked
The
then?
bubbles.
I was thinking about it too.
As a side note, it is a living creature.
So it can't attack. It just grabs its nose.
Well,
It just grabs
no,
the guy's nose.
not. It's a pet. Anyways, Siegfried, what do you do?
All right. I'm gonna do the same thing Zen did and bounce off the ropes and hit him.
Are you gonna come in from the side? Are you bringing it straight from back? What are you doing, buddy?
I'm going right in front.
So you're boing.
Can I go on all fours? Like, can I like hunker under his legs?
You know what? If you give up your attack action for next turn, I will let this attack knock him. No, I guess that wouldn't. I'll give it a bonus 2 damage if it hits. How's that sound? If you give up your attack action. So that's a guaranteed +2 if it hits, or you can just use your attack. And also the crowd might like it.
Yeah, okay. I'll do it for the fans.
fans.
Okay, so bouncing forward, roll to hit. Siegfried.
I rolled a 19.
19 hits. Zen, I will say you switch places with Huge as he, you go and he kind of trips over you a little bit. You're afraid that you're going to be crushed, so you actually roll out of the way as he topples behind you. And you two switch places. Huge is now prone on the ground as Zen rolls out from underneath him and lands in front of Siegfried. It's a bitchin' combo move. Siegfried, what damage did it do? 7?
Yeah.
Very cool. Another 7 damage to Huge. It looks like he has been bruised.
Good. Very good.
Huge.
Is that all you can say?
Quick question: Can I make a bonus action attack with my other fist?
Sure.
I have the 2 weapon fighting style.
Oh, so fuck it. Yeah, I'll let you just do an attack then, since you have that specifically.
Okay, so I'll roll to hit.
Why not?
I will. First I'm gonna say, before I do it though, I'll be like, you got him high, I got him low.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the crowd fucking cheered their asses off when this Titan fell over against the ropes.
Oh wait, he's prone.
Woo!
Doesn't that mean it doesn't
You would have advantage, yeah.
All right, let me see if I can get a 20. I did
As a
not. I
side
have
note, even
15.
though he is like on his back, he's still like 3 feet off the ground.
So that's a 15.
That hits.
Okay, so roll my hunter's mark damage, which is yes. So that's 7. That's 9 damage.
9 damage to the big boy. Where do you punch him?
In the kidney.
No, that might be frowned upon. I'm just gonna. What? He's all muscle. I'm
Kick his balls.
No, that's also frowned upon. I'm gonna punch him in the gut.
You come down with the fist onto his gut. Man, that is the hardest thing you have ever punched in your entire life. You think you broke a finger. But also, your fist sinks in a little bit. As the muscles are contracting and contorting to allow him to regain his upward standing motion, they move in such a way that allow you to pierce a soft part.
I'm going to.
I'm kidding, there's no soft parts. It's just slightly less hard.
I'm going to back up to be next to.
We get it. He's made of muscle.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, you two are in the middle of the arena, facing down against this big boy as he rises back
I
up.
cross my arms.
Sorry?
Be like, I cross my arms as he's getting up.
Oh, yeah? All right, he rises up. He looks at you and he says, huge. And he goes and he's going to attempt to... he runs up to Siegfried. Are you below half health?
No.
All right, he runs up to Zen and is going to attempt to body slam you as he grabs you with one hand.
Is this a grapple?
No, it's just flavor on an attack.
I see.
A 21, or no, is it a 21? Yeah, it is. A 21 probably hits.
Nah, sorry, man. AC was infinite. Sorry, bro.
That, ooh. One sec. What is that? What's his mod? You take 10 bludgeoning damage as he lifts you up by the head and slams you down into the mat.
I have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Wait, why?
My concentration.
Oh yeah, good point.
Oof.
How are you looking after that, by the way?
I'm still up. I lost concentration though. I got a
Damn.
6.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I lost concentration.
All right, Hunter's Mark is currently off.
Yep.
All right, top of the round. Deep Sea is slowly staggering off to sit on a bench.
He's just sad now.
Quick
Get
question.
him huge! He could
Was
talk
the
the
other
whole
fight
time.
supposed to be our fight? Or, like, is this the only fight we're doing tonight?
I was... As he said, it's based on how much time they have. So that was me subtly telling you as the DM that it's already getting a little late, so we might just pick this up next week, depending on how everybody feels.
Oh, okay.
I think that it's pretty good the way we should close it out here.
Yeah, I think defeating the Titan is probably a good way to end the night.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Siegfried, I believe it is your turn. He's got a bit of a bruise on his gut from when Zen drove his fist down into his gut.
I'm just gonna give him a real haymaker to his chin.
Haymaker to his chin. You're going to have to probably lean up a little bit to get there. Also, you're going to have to reach up and around his pecs, which are sticking out about a foot.
This is not a person anymore.
How big is he?
He is barely human.
I'm like Siegfried's 6'4".
He's
How big
7
is this man?
feet tall. He's barely a man anymore.
All right.
Is he metahuman or something?
Metahuman is a good word for it, but there's a
Right.
better word for it.
He's Arnold Schwarzenegger with more muscle. We get it.
There is a better word for it, and that word is huge.
All right. I rolled a nat 20.
I'm sorry?
Nat 20.
I rolled a nat 20.
Damn, I gotta check your fucking dice, my dude. That's good shit. All right, so that's 2 plus all that shit. So basically 8 damage, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. You deal 8 damage. A decisive hit. Where do you hit him?
Right on his chin.
You haymaker up and around, leaping around this wall of muscle that protects his. He doesn't have a neck, by the way. You can't see a neck anywhere. The only implication of a neck that you see is the muscles around the, like, where the neck connects to the shoulders. That's the only implication of a neck that you see. However, you reach around that and get right up into his chin. This knocks him sideways, and he stumbles a bit. Has to catch himself, actually on the ropes as you send him reeling into them, and the ropes stretch out. And you actually see some members of the crowd push him back a little bit as the ropes sort of bounce him back into place. And you actually see him wipe a little bit of blood from his lip as he eyes you wildly.
Siegfried's gonna say, it looks like your jaw's not that strong.
Not strong. No. Huge.
I think he lost vocal functions.
He attempts to, like, rub his chin, but he can't find it because it's buried beneath all the muscle. And so, yeah. Next up in the turn order is Zen. That did draw blood.
This man's huge.
Zen,
Damn, bro.
what are you doing?
He's huge.
I'm gonna be like, you got me good there, but I'm not gonna crumble under the pressure. I stand back up and I look towards Siegfried and say, I'm giving him the last that I got. This might be up to you. And I'm going to make 2 attacks at him. One with my action and one with my bonus action.
There you go. Do it, my
No.
dude.
I'll make my one with my action
You
first.
don't have Hunter's Mark anymore.
I know. So I got 17 to hit for my first one.
That hits. As a side note, you're not adding your proficiency. Never mind.
No, I can. I can't add proficiency to my attack to hit with my offhand.
Oh, okay.
But I can add damage.
Yes.
So I'm gonna roll for my offhand attack, and I got a 17.
Hit.
All right, so
His AC is 8.
Oh, he has negative. I see, because he's huge.
Oh yeah.
When you're huge, you don't need to run away.
All right, so I deal him. That's 8 damage.
Damn.
Yeah, I do.
Total?
Yeah. 4 damage with each hit.
And
I'm gonna give him 2. Wait, is he about to drop?
I'm gonna say, Zen, I think you get the final hit here. How do you finish him?
I'm gonna give him a nice, quick, swift right to where I hit him in the stomach before.
And that brings his head down a little bit, exposing his weak point.
And then,
like when King Hippo drops his boxers.
And then I bend my knees down and clench my left fist as down as possible, and then I spring up, turning my left fist as I go up.
You sure you can him?
No, that'd be copyright.
Of course.
I'm also not spinning. I'm also not.
Yeah, you can.
Ah, of course.
I'm still standing.
Fucking guys, come on! What is it? 2005? 2011? What is this? A Street Fighter collab?
So I
from Newgrounds.com.
I hit him in what could have been his jaw. We don't know.
Yeah.
He falls back,
Nobody knows.
I'm still standing with my left arm, my left fist raised in the air.
As you do, and your fist is raised up in the air. He leans backwards, stumbles a little bit. He's leaning, falling. Huge. A massive arm reaching to the sky, as if to grasp at the sun to eat it to gain more girth. But he can't, and he falls. A great thunderous thump echoes through the stadium as Huge falls unconscious to the mat. Team Gorgon is victorious!
I should have kept the 100!
How dare you doubt us?
Wait, he voted against us?
No,
he voted. He reduced his bet.
Shylvie, you lose 1 silver.
All right.
However, everybody else gains 1.5 times their initial bet, rounded up.
I gained 25.
Yep, exactly. Jason, you get 25 gold. Or wait, no, what? It's 1.5, my dude. Oh, no, that's right. Sorry, you reduced it to 50. Yeah, so you get 25. Jason / Siegfried, you get 50. Zen, you get
8.
And Sylvie gets -1.
And Sylvie gets -1 silver.
Wait, what do we get? It's
you get 50 gold, Jason. So
you get 50% of what you put in as winnings if you win.
Okay.
Anyways, so yeah, the tiefling goes around and holds up both of your hands. He stands between you guys, and he holds up both of your hands. The cleric kind of leans into the ring from over here, and he sort of taps Huge on... You're not sure what that muscle is. And Huge sort of shakes his head and sort of looks up as far as he can, which is about 25 degrees. And he sort of... Huge. Need more Huge. I'll be back. Huger. And the tiefling raises all your hands. People throw, what do they throw? Confetti. There's confetti. Confetti cannons shoot from the side. And then the pyrotechnics go off, everything explodes, and everyone dies. Good night, everybody!
Jesus Christ.
As a side note, never combine confetti and pyrotechnics.
Hey, the screen fades to black.
No, I don't do that. Anyways. And Team Gorgon reigns victorious over the night. Huge and his deep-sea companion have been dealt with summarily. The group is eager for another fight. But who's that coming through the door? Just one individual. It's Kaiser Knox, the gentleman who had been taking the bets earlier. He steps into the ring, removing the headdress that he had worn and putting it on one of the pillars on the corner, revealing luscious, blonde locks flowing down behind him and around his wolf jaw mask. He looks at you all, and you notice the tips of elven ears poking out from his hair. He looks at you, both of you, and says, You have 5 minutes till... You have 5 minutes till round 2. Go prepare yourselves, friends. You're fighting me
Round
next. The
should've.
cleric motions over for you all, and you begin to recover for the final fight of the night.
So do we get healed up?
The cleric heals you to full, however you do not regain spell slots.
I'm glad I didn't use my other one.
Yeah. Alright. So, next time we are going to do a quick fight against Kaiser Knox, the person who deals with the bets and stuff for, this place is called the Whirlpool, by the way. I don't know if that was implied from the mat design, but, yeah, there's a big old whirlpool design on the mat. It's very, very oceany. Yeah, guys, that's where we're gonna end the session for the night.
Why'd you gotta do that to me, Ed? That makes me want to play so much more. You don't
You're
even know.
damn right.
Oh my god, I can't believe we missed. I can't believe I couldn't fight in this whole game. I'm so depressed. It was too amazing for me.
Leon. Listen here, you cheeky boy. Listen here, you cheeky boy. You chose your path. You chose...
You could have fought huge.
You could have
I
fought
don't think I
huge.
would have won. I used bows. I don't think I could have won in first place.
I also am my dex is my highest stat.
Nice.
I have
Side note, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and end that now. Have a beautiful night, everybody. We will see you all next time.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Yep.